Light though finds ECF and Patrick close by. Nice one there from Hunden, but B-side is the actual target. They're trying it with the man advantage. TC and Sarison as well as STFN. We just at least go for it. Hunden on the other side has full armor. Drunk waiting it out, trying to find it there in the end, and nope, he doesn't make it work. It's TCN does though. They're around the corner. Alex R pushes, no reason to, and now only Chrissy needs to be found. You gotta be quick right now because that bomb is not going to defuse itself. And Stefan doesn't pull through. Why? Oh, that made no sense. This is so unfortunate. Maybe I'm also not understanding it. But there was the possibility to just defuse through. Hope that your teammate is actually covering you. If not, you can actually blame your teammate for doing that, but that's a shame. But either way, Alternate finally got the buy up and running. Sarison with that AWP takes quite aggressive short control. As quick as he is. Here, TCN finds the first at his trunk. That is extremely important control. Not sure if they... Didn't they spot the bomb? You don't want to tell me they did not spot the bomb, right? Because TCN must have seen light. As the light shines, it finds ECF. And this is TCN running it as well. They got the bomb and they're running away from it. Alternate attacks giving it away. Alex Air has to be found. Hunden gets him. Light found as well. And now it seems like Hunden is on the right track. As Patrick comes around, he needs to find him. Doesn't do so. Stefan now on his own against two. And a shame. And a real big shame if this is now given away like this. Patrick should have been seen. The flames are dealing damage. He runs from one Molotov to another. Patrick gets him in the end. Thank you very much, Windows, by the way. I really wanted to tell me right now that there is an update for Windows Defender. So if you don't know, there is. Windows means this is the perfect time to do it. On the other end, the perfect time to do something would be now. Exactly right now, as ECFN together with his teammates have just nothing else than the pistols on board. Eagle times 3, as he said, and a USPS onto Sarison, who just saves up to buy the AWP soon. There, Stefan makes it work on the Skrunk. Bison? A Bison? Okay. Sarison seems to pick up the gun from Skrunk, which is unfortunately Bison. It's like you killed someone and this is what you get. This is the most unfortunate ending ever. Chrissy K though, together with Alex, finding 5 left, right, and center, and Sarison 64 bullets to spray. Yes, number 1. That's already everything you need, Patrick. Number 2, and it is actually the Bison. Finding a double. They are not clutching this out with a Bison. You can't do this. This is not allowed. This is a Bison. 64 bullets dealing no damage. And if you do this, Sarison, I don't know what to believe. You got not much more to do. And it is something how only the pistol. It is just a bullet. And he thinks it. It's not working out. He has 64 bullets. And Chrissy takes him down. Where did all the bullets go? 64 in the clip, and he can't kill them with 64. Oh, what an ending it is. He nearly clutches it out with one of the worst submachine guns. Not in this round, at least. Light, though, taking a lot of ground against TCN. Oh, and look how they're standing directly in front of each other. Light is aware of it. Hunden. There's a Dane taken down. There should be a pause called very soon. The other side of the map. Back onto Alex, though. TCN, TCN, and it works. There's Stefan though. Yeah. He tries to get lights. Chrissy comes with the refract. No idea why I'm saying Chrissy all the time. It's Chris.
Bomb has been planted.
There's no Cyrus-on. Has the right kind of idea. Patrick just rips his head off. Now Light taking aggression, 7-1 is for DIVIZON. Light still trying to hit those shots, not making it work. Patrick has the right kind of idea. TCN coming in from behind. Seconds, TCN has been spotted. Chris has a good idea of this. Still 3 versus 3. There's one side that's going to be taken. Cyrus-on finding Patrick. Light and Chris are not, and we're good on HP.
Bomb has been planted.
Now this is the round for alternate attacks. No way around it. The AWP from Light is perfect. Not quite sure. He wants to go all the way around. He doesn't have... He has the AWP. He's leaving alone Chris K with an AK. I'm not quite sure if I'm happy with this. Light though. Comes over short. Is seeing the diffuser. He gets on it. Perfect idea. I'm taking that back, Light. Done it exactly right. Done it exactly right. And Cyrus-on, there is no kit. They're trying to find it, but Cyrus-on is running away together with Stefan. And Stefan might die. He does! Not only do they always survive with a single player, it's aTTaX losing another 8-1. Oh, what a painful way to lose this round. A tough pill to swallow right now. aTTaX need a pretty fresh canvas to paint on right now, because otherwise they don't take any control of the Stefan. They're finding frags left, right, and center, but that B side is now once more open. ECF and Cyrus-on with AWP and AK right now. On the way on to retake. Smoke over short. Chris thinks about it, does it right. And Alex R has such an uncomfortable way of playing. Because he's always aggressive, though it's an understandable kind of idea with that Mac 10 in hand, but he's taking angles and positions that are so unnecessarily aggressive. Alex, see if I over the corner, he sees him. There's one more to get. The AWP player will probably run away, and he does. Cyrus-on evacuating. 9-1 for DIVIZON. If they concentrate, they will go through this easily.
Terrorists win.
I'm honestly surprised about this. Because usually, DIVIZON is not such a great team on this map, and especially not against alternate attacks. He's fully flashed on Van. Gives Light a lot of room to play with. Flames are nearly eating him up. There's a classic setup where you have TCN and ECFN double connector. This logically allows the opponent to take a lot of ground towards middle, technically speaking. I mean, they could go deep down here are over short and could still make it possible. Hunden, exactly as he sees the smoke, rotates over. Good call. They're interested in a total opposite sites. TCN and ECFN are checking. Mid is clear. Okay. You probably focus onto A, and there comes a shift. Ah, this map is great. You can learn a lot from it. And that shift, it's the wrong kind of idea. Can't find him though. Except he does a mistake. Alex R needs to be aware. The smoke is going to fade very soon. He finds Stefan. Sees where Hunden is. What? Alex! Focus, please! Crazy place that can't make it work, and Alex is just giving this away. As now Hunden goes hot, and the second is there for aTTaX. Oh, it took long. It took way too long. The great thing for DIVIZON would be right now, if they find aTTaX, their economy will pretty much reset. Alex R, his aggressive plays, is he kind of till or something today? I'm not quite sure, because he doesn't seem to be 100% focused and back in the game. My light now makes the move on the site. TCN, there is Light with a double Patrick against Free, which chanceless right here as he tries to get down on Hunden. 57 points of health. Sarsa jumps up, right jump, taking him down. 3-9, and it might be DIVIZON getting into a tricky situation. Patrick and the rest have to play pretty much with the essentials. Stefan has no problem finding first, and to Alex, who's always going to rush in. I don't 100% understand his play style right yet. ECFN though finds Chris. Light pushing through, like HEIN hurts, no problems. Grunk and Patrick. They got to deal this all with their own. Barely any room to play with. Time is running away. This round is pretty much down the drain. Still gonna try. Realize that there's a Hunden, finds him at least. TCN gets him in the end. 4-9. And DIVIZON might be just finally back into it. Double digits should be secured. If they don't secure double digits, that's just a lot of potential thrown away. And there's now Chris K and the rest of the team are back on the A case, barely any utility to work with. Shutting down aTTaX would be extremely favorable. They got 3 rounds in a row now. You had your fun, up to play. Alex R. How much is he going to run into Cyrus on? He's not even aware, and he gets him. That movement from the aTTaX offer. Really sorry to blossom under the leadership of Hunden. He's getting the entry onto the way too shaky player. A decision has to be made. Strong got the important mid control. Light is taking the chance to take down Honda. The op not present there. But short, is that what you're looking for? The flag shot comes onto Light. There he finds Chris, down to 32. Cyrus with another, but he can't connect anymore. Patrick takes him down in the end. Way too many frags this Opera has made. Is the event giving his position away? Patrick with an interesting smoke. To be short. Flashbang pops. ECFN wants to go out. It's taken down in the end. Skrunk. Yeah, he died in the end. Stefan finds the bomb. Diffuse coming. Also attacks with the 5th. And DIVIZON giving another one away against their Opera Cyruson. Did a really good job there. They took down 3 and DIVIZON was just pretty much running in. I'm not quite sure how they actually got themselves 9 rounds. It doesn't feel anymore that there is a big system behind the DIVIZON plays. That there is kind of consistent kind of idea of it. Patrick might do the change though. Ends up on the Palace. Patrick fights a double Hunden as the only man alive. That's now just weakness of alternate. Sven was first. His position is known. They have a smoke. They have all the utility to smoke him off. They don't do it though. And that is incredible. There's only one player towards kitchen. There comes the smoke. One guy with a kit. Get him on there. They don't do it though. Stefan has the last man alive. Pull through. He has no idea where the bomb is. Tries to find Stefan and he doesn't. DIVIZON throwing rounds away. Alternate throwing rounds away. And in the end, 9-6 it is still. On the side of Chris K and his team. If it is a prize, yes it is. In my eyes, I'm extremely confused. Because aTTaX is a really good team on this map. In aTTaX, this is a time to strike. As they had, interestingly enough, the cobblestone 3 players with utility. Now only 1 on the T site. Also silent about the map. As the storm is coming onto the side of A. Cyruson going first, finding Chris. Players are getting from left, right, and center. Cyruson! He's there with the triple as he finds one after another, and Alex with the dualies. He's 100% sure he's going to play this gun. So over the left, goes over the right. Full denial. No one from aTTaX dying flawlessly. They're going through. bit confusing. Oh, aTTaX just pretty much rained through. Had no issue at all. Sorry, son. Finding light. It's a little bit ironic, finding light. I think players should more of those names where casters are confused. Like finding, getting. He's getting light, he's finding light. He's taking down light. He's shutting off light. Any options? Stefan though. It's Patrick. As it is the 3 versus 5 with just the pistols on the side of DIVIZON. It should be without a problem. Just a tie secured. Except aTTaX, and this is something they have a big issue with, plays once more against lethal pistols. The next one, yeah, is still only the USPS's. Chris on his own. Come on. Try it. I know, Chris, you can do it. I know you have the possibility. I know you're not bad. I know you are strong. Are you sure you want to exit this online lobby? He called this deal. There comes one. There comes two. And there comes three. Chris! Stop this madness! It's unnecessary, but he's picking up alternate attack players left, right, and center. What was that from Chris K? As he's getting not only one, but two, and then in total 3. My goodness, those are the kind of frags you want to see in a frag movie. Not really changing the game, but you can put in any kind of montage. And he's slapping the players from alternate attacks left and right and left and right. As he only needs $700 to make it work. That is what makes this game so enjoyable. aTTaX Hunden runs in unnecessarily, though onto the B side, and a lot of pistols, sacrificing himself for information, but really necessary in such a play situation. TCN, it's only down to Patrick and Alex. 110 points of hell, finds at least TCN. Patrick, get away. That's all you can do. Maybe find a gun somewhere, if you're lucky enough, because only 2 are alive. They can't guard all the left armory somewhere around the map. Is Patrick really taking the wide rear? He's really taking the wide rear. And he's really also into it. If that is going to be his lurk victory, hard to imagine. And then, Saracen season, unfortunate ending of a special agent on a mission, but 99 it is, and DIVIZON, who's logically DIVIZON? Up? Not quite sure if Alex is really dedicating to it, okay. As well as 4 M4s. Good eco. DIVIZON doing a good job with this. I like getting a lot of information. Thinking. He's just thinking Stefan casually. Both teams need to fight hard, as alternate attacks took down DIVIZON 16-3 onto Cobblestone easily, without any issues. Nothing was grinding their gears at all, and then in a situation like this. DIVIZON actually runs away in the beginning, have to bring it back to 99. It is a little bit awkward. Because the potential of aTTaX, and especially the consistency of aTTaX, is big, but on the other hand, it's lacking. It's very awkward.
Saudade de pegar no meu dinheiro pra meu dinheiro ser meu.
Saudade de pegar no meu dinheiro, mano. Nossa, bem lembrado, que saudade de poder pegar no meu dinheiro.
Here comes light. Going over kitchen. Is the fake going to be sold? No, the dedication is there. We have to smoke one? Don't we? I don't know. 100. Fully flashed. Alex still not hitting his shots. Should be pretty much down the drain right now. Moves over. Horrible flashback there. From behind, they might come in. ECFN taking a lot of ground. The op is now down 3 versus 4. aTTaX in a favorable situation. Now only Skrunk and Chris are alive. Stefan's still falling short. Shouldn't have happened. Retake not to be imagined. That shouldn't happen. As I'm saying it, Cyrus dying. He's blowing himself off. Not really the best conditions as well. And now Skrunk. He doesn't have a kit. That kit that would have saved it. ECFN finds and total free players. And so the double digits are on the side of alternated tax. The thing is, that's what I will find so interesting right now. Hunden has built up a team that is so good, actually, in the German scene at least. But they're often lacking just basic things. Consistency is something I said a little bit earlier on. They can work well with. In Germany, yes. But in general, round-wise, I often feel that they're giving away things they shouldn't. aTTaX often losing. The box is getting Chris. And in a few seconds, they're just taking him down. Oh, that was quick. aTTaX on the right track and on the right move. As DIVIZON with a double upset on Alex as well as Light. And what's now interesting, if alternate attacks are taking this, they're not only on the 12th. Besides that, they're also taking down the economy of their opponent. Yes, you have to say big losing bonus logically coming in. But on the other side, 0, 0, 300 twice and 150. Here comes Patrick though. And Patrick's hot. And Patrick finding a triple. And that now brings it only down to Hunden and Cyrus on. This is so unfortunate. So Hunden starts to strike. Chrissy moves out. They barely dealing damage. Saracen falls. DIVIZON on 10th. So the double digits also secured the sight of DIVIZON. On an entry onto Light. Yeah, there's a lot of time left right now. Both the sites. Thing is, though, and that's what is really important, utility is pretty much down to 0. So it also moves around, gets a full. Patrick needs to do it, finds one. Stack the bomb carrier, and all over the place it is. Cyrus is scared. As now, main is cleared, can move over. Alex needs to try, finds one. There he wants to move aggressively with the Dragalore in hand. CFN, no problem. 12 to 10, economy from DIVIZON, not looking brilliant.
Até isso aí, ó, tipo, por exemplo, até isso aí envolve essas coisas todas. Eu tô transmitindo uma empresa lá que organiza lá os jogos do Counter-Strike, lá eu tô transmitindo um bagulho dela lá, então eu já não poderia estar transmitindo, mas é assim, eu sei que tipo que eu vou, tipo, não vou ganhar dinheiro, que eu vou perder o vídeo, mas é o tipo esquema para pelo menos ganhar inscritos das pessoas lá que se inscrevem no meu canal, pelo menos isso eu vou ganhando, entendeu, pessoal?
There, Chrissy. First one to Cyrus on.
Mas pelo menos eu vou ganhar inscrito, que é o principal objetivo agora.
For alternate attacks, which actually have perfect conditions to run away with this. Lob, M4, EZ twice. Oh no, and ECFN Not even reacting to it. As they're all shutting down alternate attacks. Chrissy gets him. Stefan dying. Chris! With 4K, so well done. And at 11 to 12, pretty much not how it should be. It's extremely confusing what is happening.
Fala que sua gripe tá ruim aí. Ah, então vai, tu vai de pé.
Now Scrunk and the rest of the team, yeah, they're fighting against alternate attacks, extremely weakened by their play and by the economy they're having. Patrick, spray works, and the flames from Alex do the same kind of damage as he makes a German barbecue. Cyrusen as the last man alive. It's taken out 12-12. The tie secured, and now money from attack still doesn't look good. And at 12 to 12, it shows us pretty much how badly both of the teams want this. Because DIVIZON, they lost the first one horribly. Cobblestone was looking like they never played that map before. And now, alternate attacks, this map, extremely good. This is a map they can extremely well play on. And now they're falling short. Alex lights, the mid control is there. Peek left and right, doesn't matter. Chris K is growing. Patrick, you're on the right track. And this is the round where it matters.
Caralho, a TV normal que eu quero, infeliz.
This is where it matters so much for DIVIZON. I mean, we said already with alternate round before, where they just gave it away pretty much, and now it's so important for DIVIZON. Because this is not a maximum losing bonus we're having. That will hardly build up for alternate attacks. It really won't help them at all. And on the other side, what you're seeing right here, their economy is really bad. So not the best losing bonus, bad economy.
Esse aqui eu só tô pagando pra vocês e pra mim nada. Boa, caramba, não pode largar isso na parede.
Quando ele ligar, o último botão da direita, você aperta ele uma vez pra
That
cima.
big control from aTTaX matters so much.
Tem um botão aqui, ó, o último botão da direita, pronto. Porque ele ainda vai ligar, ele vai sincronizar, porque quando fica um tempo parado, eu não sei nem se vai funcionar, porque quando fica lá...
They're allowing themselves a lot of movement. Chris is aware of Hunden though.
Ó, daqui a pouco...
And that's the same point, ECFN as well as TCN are finding frags left, right, and center.
Você espera aparecer a tela e aperta o último...
Oh, and TCN with another, finding light. The aggression is too big onto the side of DIVIZON. Chris falls, and Patrick will have the same kind of fate probably just up ahead. Now Patrick on his own probably won't find any alternate attacks player. That bomb's going to be planted. Keep the orb for the next one. That is something. The economy from DIVIZON is quite well built. There's no doubt about that. He's going to keep it. He's not going to have a problem. At least gets the one onto Stefan, but that should be it at that point in time. Hunt him down. But he doesn't get hunted down. TCN throwing it away. ECFN finally does it. No op in play anymore for DIVIZON. They have the money for it though, except Scrunk, who's 522 down. Doesn't work as according to plan. 13-13, DIVIZON is up during the halftime 9-6. They had a few more rounds advantage actually. aTTaX fought their way back into this. And it's a big, big surprise that aTTaX is actually that weak on this map. Usually I would expect a lot more. Usually there would be a lot more from the side of aTTaX, but can't really get a hold of it.
Kels?
Oi.
Conseguiu?
Aham.
Qual que você passou?
O azul. E o vermelho.
Você passou os dois?
Aham.
Por quê?
Não, um tinha reto, outro tinha, sei lá.
Qual que não tinha? O azul?
Break, very important. Everyone can use it. By the way, Chris K on
O
29-14.
vermelho tinha R$25.
He pretty much carries the team through on his
Quanto que deu
own.
as compras?
260.
Caramba, então você passou os 2 cartões para poder dar certo.
And really, the big MVP award
Primeiro
logically
você
goes
passou
to
o
Chris K.
vermelho, né?
So many frags
Aí
he's
depois,
finding,
pra
so
completar,
much
você
important
passou o
things he
azul.
does. Not
Pagou
abysmal at
metade no
all.
vermelho e metade no azul?
Doesn't matter if you need a good defense line or you
Então
need
já
some
era o
bomb site
vermelho,
cracked
né?
open.
Acabou.
He's the kind of guy you're looking
Caramba,
for.
que diabo que foi que você comprou por seus R$60?
DIVIZON. If that buy,
Kels, não
light.
acredito, você comprou
Come on.
isso daí.
There we go.
Por isso que
Another
não dá,
all.
ele é uma
Double
pega,
up
você
setup
comprou?
once more. The defense with
Kels,
2
não acredito,
AWPs.
Outro cartão
Extremely
comprou você,
expensive,
Kels.
but it can be exactly that kind of hold you need. The bomb waiting in front of EA sites. Back at the T-spawn, you could actually say, as Hunden tries to gain a little bit of control information towards main. They're leaving A completely open.
Não acredito.
Não, não vem não, velho.
Não vem não o quê?
Mas o que você tá
It's so silent as the storm is about to come in. Nothing being heard. They're all just waiting it out. 1 minute is left, 60 seconds to play with, and that A site seems to be taken bit by bit. The utility thrown on it. Once they go for connector, they might just do it. The crucial player dying for DIVIZON. As now there's one more to take. Lights might be the kind of character you need. He's falling. And Alex, all on his own. He sees the one onto ECFN. He gets him. One more is down in connector. He doesn't get Cyrus on. So Scrunk and Patrick gotta do it. Hunting with 13 HP, gets that bomb down, no problem. Scrunk finds him beforehand. And now it's going to be only down to TCN, who gets through the wall. That bomb is back on site. Scrunk needs to be aware. He gets that smoke down and he helps actually TCN with that.
Uma deu 23 e a outra deu 15. Só isso.
Terrorists win.
Mãe, não vê, tá com raiva, assim, não tá fazendo
Engraçado, quem tá com raiva sou eu, filho.
And there we go into a round where aTTaX just has to take it. No way around. I mean, Drunk, Boss, on the other hand, well, see if I'm trying. TCN, Scrunk, perfectly done. It seems like aTTaX is on the right track. No way to can now give it away. As Chrissy should know where TCN is. Looks a little bit around. Doesn't find anyone. East side is the destination, and Patrick with a UMP doesn't have the kind of long-range capability. ECF has an easy target. There's number one. Nothing else to do. Hunden gets him for the box. Light now. On his own against Chrissy. He takes a lot of damage, trying his best. They're running away. The best decision to probably make, though they have not much with themselves. It's just the UMP and the Deagle they're going to bring into the next round, where their economy is still looking, well, abysmal, horrible, not beautiful. You can say whatever you want. There is no way that they can really prevail this. They can prevail over aTTaX. One more round. Alternate is away from taking it. A single one. Nothing else. But really nothing else. They have so many opportunities, and especially a weak opponent. Hunden taking an aggressive approach. Cyrus needs to find the one to Chris. Oh, and he's waving the one onto Light. aTTaX is giving it away once more. Oh no, this can't be happening. It is once more alternate attacks. They were looking so solid, then they're giving it away to such a bye. I don't even know what happened, really. I have no clue how aTTaX just gave that away. Yeah, I mean, Chris is a problem, but he's the only one we have to take down. He's down, he's up 36, by the way, 30-16. aTTaX, I don't even know what to say. This round was theirs. They basically had no obstacles in their way, and this is like one of those situations you don't want to be in. Alex R and his team, they are right now able to get either into overtime or let alternate attacks keep up their 100% win rate. I'm not 100% certain what's going to happen. aTTaX is a team that is quite aware strategy-wise. Now A site seems to be the destination over connector. Not quite sure if you really want to go for that. Chrissy has a such good angle. Derek finds Chris. This is important right now. This is the entry you need. Patrick as the only line of defense on the A site. Now needs to try to make it possible. There they come through. Patrick on his own. Gets taken down. 3 versus 5. Scrung finding one. Taken down. Light has to do it from behind. Not getting the no-scope. Alex is the last one. There he's taken down. It's going to be aTTaX taking it right now. 2-0.
Vem mudar esse canal aqui, vem arrumar isso aqui.
You have to say this was extremely hard to watch in the end because it got extremely tight. But we have seen it was aTTaX going home. 16-14 after 16-3 on Cobblestone, which was insanely good. In the end, tight, hard, tough, and still, Hunden makes it somehow through. That was everything for today. The ESL Meisterschaft. Second match day. We've seen interesting matches. We've seen good matches. We've seen Entropy winning against Panthers and aTTaX winning against the side of DIVIZON. Otherwise, this will be it for the moment. Next Monday, we'll see each other again for the ESL Meisterschaft, so logically tune back in. My name is Sesht. I hope you have a nice evening, nice night, nice day, wherever you're from, whichever time zone you're in. See you guys next time at the ESL Meisterschaft.
Mano. Como é que é o computador?
Mandei o Kelvin pôr na novela pra mim. Deixou ele pra me ligar quando eu entrasse no sinal. E não entrou nada aí, né? Eu falei, se eu quero gostar,
Dead? Yeah, I'm dead.
você vai gostar?
Não.
Eu mandei ele pôr na novela.
Dude, look at that macro fire, dude.
No.
Oh my god.
Não é que eu pare pra ver se tinha um negócio ali.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Deixa ele, caramba. Eu quero assistir a novela, vem pô.
Maßgeschneiderte PCs gibt's bei
Não, eu também preciso. Eu tô pagando internet cara aqui só pra vocês.
Perfekter Service und schnelle Lieferung. Kauf auch du bei der Nummer 1 und freu dich auf PCs, Notebooks, Tablets und Zubehör zum Surfen, Arbeiten oder Spielen. Schick
Eu
deinen
não
Windows
sei colocar essa
XP
porra de
und
celular no
starte
som. Eu
durch
já
mit
fiz excluir
Windows
as pessoas
8
sem
One.de.
querer. Ele
Klick
já
dich
fez eu fazer
rein.
monte de merda aqui. Toda hora aparece uma merda aqui, fazendo eu fazer besteira. Eu não quero mais saber dessa merda, não. Fica aí quando tivesse aí. O negócio não toquei em porra nenhuma.
Não dá pra colocar no computador dele, não?
Não, que ele tá transmitindo.
Otário. Ah, mas eu preciso fazer minhas coisas aqui também. Colocar no celular pra ver se vai.
Ultimately, this trip could bring my career to the next level.
I'm not very worried about losing. I'm worried about missed opportunities.
I just scream and say yes twice.
You try your best, you feel good about yourself.
Boah, was ein geiler Pass! Wie gut der Leder sieht! Vorgemacht, er lebt halt immer noch! Das ist so krass!
Verpasse nie wieder die Termine der ESL Meisterschaft. www.kalovo.de/ESL.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Wins that. So does Automatic. It turned on its head. Adren out in the open. There's Skadoodle. An up shot from behind. A 7th round for Cloud9. They had to fight the whole way towards that bomb site, but they've done it.
And Cloud9 have been so good at keeping the economy of Gambit modest.
And here's the cool thing is Hobbit almost had a miraculous play. You could see there's a flashbang coming in from a teammate as that smoke fades. It's just a second late. It fades so quickly that Rush is able to spot him out and get that kill. But if that flashbang goes off, Hobbit can do some real damage at a different timing.
Yeah, just seconds off though, and now they've come to pay for it. Hobbit, the man we've looked to so many times for Gambit to make these big plays. He's the one left in the B-bomb site, only with the D by his side. peek on up. The Molotov keeps him away. That fades. Shots rallying through the smoke. Isn't too keen on walking into them just yet, but now we're going to start to peek into this. Tarek is going to lie in wait on the corner. Cloud9 start to throw out utility into mid and drop down as they try to position for the A split. And this is perfect for Gambit. They've got the stack here.
Ooh, that shot scared Stewie. He thought he was about to get attacked. Goes for the hop. But yeah, Mo, Fitch, and Doja all just waiting to pounce. Thankfully, Cloud9's bailed out of there. It's only Hobbit alone at B. And Gambit's going to be happy taking this gamble. Doesn't look like it's going to pan out.
Hobbit starts to peek on out. Rush is right there. Almost aligned with the crosshair. Will be spotted out. No one in a position to shut him down. But now the peek comes in from Tarek. Hobbit, he's taken the first. He's fully flashed now, trying to buy time for the rest of his team to come in. Doesn't manage to get too much done, but Mo's hot on their heels from behind. Skadoodle and Automatic between them. It's a flurry of death, and Cloud9, they're going to pick themselves up an 8th round.
Cloud9's had a lot of dangerous scenarios on their anti-ecos and anti-force buys. That one, they almost get flanked out, and perhaps with some more powerful weapons, that flank actually does some damage, but because it's just USPs, they're able to respond quickly. Hobbit did such a good job. The one kill, buying time, holding him off as long as he possibly could with just a deagle, almost makes it work. 8-3, all back in Mo's hands. It's Glass Cannon. That's going to be over towards the B-bomb site. Doja's got a UMP, and Adren has a shotgun. Not the greatest buy, obviously, but Gambit doing what they can. And again, it's slow pace from Cloud9. This default they've come out with has really prevented any early damage from being inflicted on them. This time it's 3 players towards A. Skadoodle is buddied up with Automatic, at least initially.
Yeah, we've actually seen the AWP in play for Gambit in quite some time, so I'm curious to see if that is going to be the change that they needed. 3 players holding it over here on the A-bomb site, which changed around from what we've seen from Gambit in these last few rounds.
This is dangerous. It looks like Rush, Tarek, and Skadoodle are going to hit these A-halls, and Stewie's going to try and find a timing to wrap up Danger Stairs behind him, but that could be sketchy. Doja just rotated away, which makes it a bit safer, but still, this shotgun up close. Here it comes, turns from the flashes. He gets the shot off, but he doesn't get the kill, and now he's trapped. Now they just spray the corner and wait for the repeat, and no one's there to help him.
Yeah, they've lost the Dren, and with that, they've lost control of Long. The push going to continue to come on in. Rush and Tarek have been tagged pretty damn low. Start this initial flurry of utility out towards A. Fitch going to go ahead and dispatch of Stewie down in mid, and that's enough to send Cloud9 packing in the other direction. They're now going to look to hit up this B bomb site, and Automatic, well, he's been heard dropping into drop down. Oh. Alex to try and hold this. They hear the scopes. They know exactly where the AWPer is. There's so little time left. Cloud9 round. Time working against them. Automatic gonna fall over in drops. Skadoodle's been spotted at short, but they line up for him. Hobbit pulls things back, and Tarek locked in a 1 versus 2. Trapped on the stairs. Gonna miss that shot, and Tarek, that's all it takes. He'll be toppled. Gambit in with their 4th round. And Cloud9, they leave that one down to the wire. They come to pay the price for that decision.
Yeah, they got the plant down, and they still had themselves in a situation where they could have won it. Felt like Automatic had so much utility that he didn't use. And this missed shot from Tarek just kind of seals it from there, especially considering Doja has the kit. And oh, that looks like that's close. Tarek's going to be scratching his head on that one, but Cloud9, I've frequently seen them run down the clock that close with such a big rotation. It almost works out for them. If that kit goes down in that position, they're not able to get the defuse, even if they do find that onto Tarek. So now it's fast-paced. Now it's a switch-up. It's the uppercut attempt from Cloud9. That last flashbang is great onto Mo, but he gets the timing anyways, even blind, and the rest of Cloud9 can't follow it up. They can't take advantage of the space that Stewie created for him, and now they've got no utility. They've got no flashbangs. It's just the smokes that are up now that will soon dissipate. And the Molotovs behind them. Rush trying to make his way into the site. This UMP doing some work, turning the corner. Tarek's low. There's the USP. 1 kill is not enough. Doja continues to move forward. No one has stopped him yet, and he's got great positioning. 1 more kill for him. And the rest of his teammates finally chiming in. Skadoodle in a 1-on-3 with the AK. Dropping down. The op holds him in, though. That finishes things off. A 5th for Gambit.
It was just utter confusion in that B-bomb site. The grey wall of smokes comes in, and then a few more to complement it, and it's just perfect for Doja on that UMP to take the close fights, push on up, and I mean, that frag there was the one that really changed it. It forces out, I think that was Tarek inside the site out of position, and it's an easy frag to be picked up there from Mo.
Yeah, there wasn't really a lot of urgency from Cloud9 to take that bomb site. They really got stuck. Great usage from utility by Gambit to hold them on the platform, and also the fear of that AWP, I think, pinned them down just a little bit as well. Even with the smokes up, no one really wanted to move, and Doja had so much freedom when he gets that kill onto Tarek.
So now for Cloud9, it's just almost Glocks across the board. Stewie's got a D. He's the one man who could do damage. The one thing leaning in their favor right now is it's only a Dren here. He's going to be watching from inside the site, just peeking down into middle from SWAT Van. So he's able to call that into the rest of the team, then the rotations can come through. But if he's not able to fend off against this many pistols all in one place, if he goes down, then, well, the bomb plant could potentially come in. Rotation's already knocking on their door with no utility to stop that. Gambit have no problem flooding these players back into the site and preventing this bomb going down.
And all the guns now coming to bear, even losing a Dren, it's just not enough. So it's going to be a 6th for Gambit, much like Overpass again. Start out slow and they figure things out, and now they claw themselves back into the game. And it's all up to Cloud9 to try and extend this lead, extend themselves up to 9-6 instead of 8-7. But Gambit, again, just doing a great job of adjusting at a certain point during the first half when they're getting beat up. And now they have everything they want. They have all the rifles, they have the AWP, Molotovs, all across the board. Beautiful buy from Gambit. We'll see what Cloud9 can do again, opening up with a default. A great pick from Skadoodle, especially in the last round of the half. It's almost like Mo thought maybe he could throw him off guard because it hasn't happened. Maybe catch him snoozing and not Skadoodle. Although following this up is going to be dangerous. Hobbit is boosted. They've had this bait and switch set up a number.
Adren's now able to drop out automatic. Stewie's forced his way forward, but Adren in with a double, and now Skadoodle. He's come so close in so many of these rounds for clutching it out for Cloud9, and now would be a perfect way to end this first half if it all culminates into this. And he's going to be holding. He's very wary of Hobbit in this position. He was the man who equalized things out, and Skadoodle still doesn't check it.
Hobbit just loving it, just sitting up on his perch, getting a couple free kills, 3 free kills basically. Nice job from Gambit to recover and get up towards 7. Cloud9 is facing elimination, and they're going to end that first half losing 4 straight. So Gambit putting themselves in good position moving forward. We'll see who is going to complete. Gambit win 4 straight to end that first half to keep things as close as possible. Meanwhile, Skadoodle has done everything he can to claw his team into a lead, to keep that lead as big as possible. It's only 1. He's at 16-9. He had a great first half. More work to do, though, now onto the defense if Cloud9 wants to avoid elimination at IEM Oakland.
It's tricky to say, isn't it? But Cloud9, it's going to be armor across the board, all except for Skadoodle. He's going to be the man bearing the kit and smoke. Gambit, they've got fairly utility heavy. We've only got 3 players with armor. Smoke, 2 smokes actually, and a Molotov flash combination. They're going to be grouped up over here towards this A bomb site. And aTTaX, well, Leon is already looking to try and potentially throw some spanners in the works, as he was holding close to middle. Now going to opt to play things a bit safer. Falls back to the warm embrace of his teammates, but Skadoodle already going to be feeling a different embrace. It's the embrace of death. He's gone down. Rush does what he can to start to claw things back. It's going to fall into a 4-on-4. Fitch is pushed all the way up, though, and they're not ready for this. Catches them unaware. They're doing all they can to keep things even, and they will. 2-on-2. aTTaX showing no sign of giving up inside of A, and he's able to finish it off with a 4K.
That's so big from aTTaX. He was playing a dangerous game throughout that round, but able to fall back and get in prime position. And he's essentially playing off all of his teammates who are just rushing to their death. There's a good kill onto Fitch, coming back while Mo's distracted. Hobbit takes out 1 more, and aTTaX finishes him as well. So great mobility, great sense of wrapping around that bomb site when needed. Second pistol round for Cloud9. They've won both in this game. They started the first half off with a 5-0 lead, hoping to do the same thing here. It is against a buy-up. It is against armor and pistols. No utility from the Gambit guys. It looks like they want to try and have some kind of a split towards the A-bomb site. Adrenaline, Doja, and A-Halls with the bomb, and 3 above drop. Rush is going to be the main point of defense on this. And aTTaX exposed. Just drops the smoke and falls away. aTTaX here now as well in drop zone. That smoke might delay this a little bit. Might actually even bust up the strategy overall. Timely for aTTaX to help Rush out.
Gambit got 3 players ready to head it into drop down. That smoke's going to dissipate sooner rather than later.
That smoke's done wonders over towards long B on platform, because Rush has gotten into a whole different position. The drop is now open. The split towards the A bomb site is a very real danger at the moment.
And comes this push. Skadoodle, he's dropped the bomb. The rotations are already starting to pour on in. Rush actually doesn't last too long defending the connector play. Skadoodle keeps hunting down Doja. But Hobbit and Mo looking to try and cause a stir. It's aTTaX who does manage to pull things back from the brink, and Cloud9, they're going to be happy to get that 10th round on the board.
Disjointed on the hit. Maybe Gambit thought that Cloud9 was playing more passive into the bomb site, but when that bomb gets dropped at long A, it kind of gives up the idea of what's happening. Rush is able to get into a better position. He's able to kind of stop it, or at least slow it down as much as possible. Still pretty costly for SINO. They lose 3. 1 SMG on the board on Rush. For Cloud9 looking like they're going to be able to go into the second half to 3-0 after winning the pistol. Gambit all bunched up right around drop zone, and there's a good pick off from aTTaX, just peeking out towards long. The confidence of knowing you're going up against Glocks more than likely. 1 flashbang and drop. Rush is going to peek late, but they line up. He gets 1 kill. Now he's just staying alive. Now he's just buying time before he swings forward. He can only get 1 though. Stewie's there to clean him up. A couple of assists go the way of Rush. And Hobbit's the only one left with just a Glock. Stewie, that's easy for him.
Yes, the Cloud9, they have themselves a 4-round advantage, and have a couple of rebuys. They're having a buy up on Rush, who did go down. Keeps them that much more modest. Going to have the Famous dropped over from Stewie. They make the conscious decision to not get the AWP here. There was enough money on the back of Stewie to throw on over. So now, the question is, what's in the pipeline for Gambit? It's going to be rifles across the board. I want to get a decent bit of utility as well to go behind it. Adren will be the most limited. He's got himself a Molotov and a flash.
You can just tell how important it is for Gambit to get started on winning ways very early, the fact that they've just taken a tactical pause. I mean, they still have all 4 from the first half, so they didn't use any. This just takes away 1. but they don't want to get down into that rut of starting out 0-5, because then all of a sudden Cloud9 would have such a massive lead they'd have to come back from. So this is a very important round for the Gambit side of things, especially considering they've lost both pistols.
That is very true. They are fairly desperate to try and pick this round up, as you say. Don't want to let things start to slip through their fingers early on. Over here towards B, all 5 players from Gambit posted up. And that boost from Stewie, just going to go ahead and present them a opening frag on a silver platter. Rush goes in to try and get the M4, and as a result, pays the price for his greed. Tarek backed into the corner. Does get no work done, and aTTaX, Skadoodle, the 2 players that are over at A. This is a save situation.
That was sloppy. That boost cost Cloud9 everything in this round. Rush tries to go for the M4. He sticks around and drops for too long, and he gets taken out. Tarek is stuck between both choke points, doesn't know where to go. There was no contingency set up for a failed boost in that sense. And you can see the result. Cloud9 can't even fight for the round win here. aTTaX just trying to survive and not able to do it. This is now becoming expensive. Skadoodle would like to take some of these guns away, and he does, but his position is now known. He's going to try and... one more AK would be ideal. Even if they hunt as fast as possible, I'm not sure they'll have the ability, as Skadoodle is going to find a safe-ish place. They're going to turn the corner right now. We'll see if they can find him in the van. I doubt it. So 8-11, Gambit win that all-important 4th off the back of the timeout, but they're given maybe perhaps a gift from Stewie in the boost through the smoke, trying to catch him off guard. It doesn't happen whatsoever. No flashbang for him either.
I mean, now for Cloud9, the real issue is this buy is not fantastic. They have a nice bit of utility to go behind it, but they've sacrificed a decent bit of firepower. aTTaX and Rush on a UMP and a CZ, respectively. For Gambit, looks to be more of the same, stacking all 5 players up over here towards B early on. This time there won't be a boost to just offer up a luscious early man advantage. Instead, it's a bit more of a passive hold being employed from Cloud9 this time around. Drop down looks to be the focus once again, and they manage to get it soaring on in. aTTaX tries to make some sort of play, but he will be laid to rest. Tarek, though, it's as he cuts down 2, Hobbit and Mo all that remain. And this Gambit side, it was looking so good for them early on. Now Mo finds himself trapped here in drop down, and what was a blessing early on has become a bit of a curse for them.
Skadoodle's the one in a tough spot, because Skadoodle's got to watch the A bomb side. He's also got to be very careful behind him, and you can see what he's deciding to watch for the moment. It all depends on how much impact Mo can have. He already has 2 kills here. He's down low. He's just there to cut off a flank. So they're hoping that Hobbit can win a one-on-one fight at A, and Mo can cut off rotations. And I think Mo's been spotted now, so his usefulness is limited. But Skadoodle has no idea that Hobbit is coming into this A bomb site. It's going to be a free plant. It's all on how they can manage to get over. They might even just decide to let Mo be here. Who cares? Get over towards A when this plant goes down. Tarek's pushing up in the flank to take care of it.
And they've done a very good job of outing Mo, as now it all falls to Hobbit. 1v3 going to try and take the duels early on, but he has to be cautious. Skadoodle's already there, but he misses the opportunity. Hobbit tries to do what he can, but with 3 players coming his way, he will be falling down. And Cloud9 managed to retake that. I really like the way they dealt with Mo. They knew he was there, they had him trapped. And when you have someone like that, if the bomb goes down out on A, it can very, very quickly become a bit of an issue, right? You constantly have to be cautious about the man in the back line. So they sent Tarek round to go ahead and defuse that situation.
Yeah, because you know Mo's attention has got to be towards, you know, the window or someone pushing in towards drop behind him. It can't watch all 3, so Tarek finds a great time. He does a great job. That's what seals the round. That's what at least gives Cloud9. It looked like everything was going to collapse. So Tarek is huge in that round. Another 4 kill of his own as he takes out Hobbit in the end. But I really liked watching Hobbit in that 1-on-3 and the way he was finding his fights, because you can see the idea. You can see why he's always such a dangerous player. Crossing over, he's got a 1-on-1 with Stewie right at the crack of the door as he tried to cross the ramp. If he gets that kill and he's able to get onto the ramp, then he's at a headshot angle where the AK is going to reign supreme against the M4, and he can at least find Skadoodle. So the ideas were there to win that. Unfortunately, it just doesn't go his way. It's a 12th round for Cloud9, but Gambit, tactical timeout, and they're going to buy right back into it. 4 AK-47s, a CZ on the board as well, but C9's got everything. Everything but an AWP, that is. They have full utility, they have full kits.
Yeah, we actually still have yet to see the AWP bought out here in the second half. Neither team really having the economy to support it. I think Cloud9 did in round 4, but they made the conscious decision not to.
It's just been such a battle for that economic control early on. It's been this back and forth between these two teams, so this early control is so important for Gambit to keep it away from Cloud9. And at the moment, they're not doing a great job. This is the last chance they have of breaking it, or else Cloud9, it's looking like it'll be a map 3.
I know. That's what Cloud9 want. Smokes and flashes out here towards mid from the side that want anything but. And Fitch is able to open up with the CZ. aTTaX in with the return, but it's Stewie to take the aggression. Target-rich environment yields no fruit. And now, man advantage up for Gambit. They have to go ahead and get this bomb down. Rush and Tarek. They're the defending forces. The two counter-terrorists have to try and pull this back, and they're able to find the first onto Doja. That's the bomb dropped out in the open. Luckily, the smoke goes down to block off that angle. Now Rush falls out on the peak. Tarek left 1 versus 2, but he was the star performer just rounds ago for Cloud9. He's got to try and do it once again. Hobbit and Fitch. They have this crossfire set up. Tarek just trapped in the angle here. Fitch goes walking out. Tarek doubles down. He's made it possible. 3 frags for him. Completes the hat trick. And once again, it's all eyes on Tarek as Cloud9 soar forward in with the 13th round.
So patient for Tarek just against that wall as well. Fitch walks right into it. There's no reason for him to swing out that wide. You don't need to try and get a new position. You have both players inside the bomb site. It's not ideal, but this is so risky from Fitch. And then Hobbit as well is caught out in the open. He swung so far. Ooh, and you can see some frustration at Hobby. You don't see that too frequently, but he did glance over as, oh, he's very, very stressed. Not ideal for Gambit. And a tactical pause out of Cloud9, making sure that this round goes as smooth as possible, perhaps even knowing that it's going to be investment of some sort from Gambit, just saying we have a big enough lead to where they're going to want to fight for this. So Cloud9 up 13-8, looking to run away with map 2.
Yeah, I think, Cloud9 not only is the pressure on now, but they're very weary of the idea that their money isn't looking too great. And on top of that, the last 2 rounds, Gambit have been able to get that bomb down up on the A bomb site, and retakes haven't really been the strong suit for Cloud9. They've always been quite man-intensive to have to go into, so they have to be cautious here. Gambit, they've opted to go for the force. Don't leave much up to chance. Want to try and keep that Cloud9 economy down low. Once again, same as what we're used to seeing. Gambit starting things off with 5 players over here towards B.
Yeah, it's going to be heavily primed towards drop. Tarek and Rush are both here, though. This could be deadly. Adren's close up. There's the pop flash right through. They can barely get through the smoke, although they do eventually make it. Tarek's committed now. He gets 1, but he can't get the second. Skadoodle's here to hold down the fort with the AWP. He's got a pair of kills there, going for the 3rd, but he knows he doesn't have to chase it, knows he doesn't have to risk it. He's got teammates covering him. Adren is the only man left, and now he's gone. 14 for Cloud9, and this will be a buy round. This will be rifles for Gambit. Or whatever they can get.
Now, Cloud9 have Gambit exactly where they want them. You kind of get into this state where Gambit almost seem they're floundering around. They struggle to pick that momentum back up, and not being allowed the AWP on Mo as well, I feel like is holding them back in some regard. We haven't really seen him have it all too often throughout this map, and he's still putting up numbers, but that AWP could be the change of pace they need. Already, Skadoodle going to come out on top, out towards long. The trade will be there, courtesy of Hobbit. Things are kept even, and now actually aTTaX going to find himself in a bit of a tricky situation down here in mid. You can see Rush rotating around to try and help out, but it's too little too late as aTTaX just thrown in amongst the wolves there and will be picked apart.
Yeah, now you have to imagine Stewie's gathered up with Rush, and they've got to get aggressive. They can't just sit passively and wait for the response from Gambit. They have to go find something, at least information of what's coming. And it's all down to timing here. Doja peering down the stairs. I don't know if they spotted Stewie. They might have. He's going to push up. Hobbit's watching for this, so this is tough. I don't think there's a chance Stewie even checks that. Rush with a kill onto Doja. They're going to come right back towards the A-bomb, so they're going to come right back at him until that smoke goes up. This is all on Rush to hold this off.
Fitch keeps pushing on up, but those couple of shots, Rush just allowed to walk on up. Fitch goes down. See, Tarek actually began a rotation over, so he's out of position to defend B. Gonna look to now push back in, and Gambit slowing down here gives him that time to start to push in, but he's out in the open. Hobbit finds it, and now Rush is left 1 versus 2. We saw him ace it out back on Overpass. That was the round that carried them through to overtime. He hasn't been shy of performing heroics when Cloud9 need him to. And he's gonna start to push in. Slowly clearing all of these angles. Nade out to platform, finds nothing as both players for Gambit play this incredibly passively. Time working against him, no smoke, no nothing. No information as to where these players are. Rush is going to go team play, and just great discipline from Gambit there to not let that one get out of hand.
You saw Hobbit extremely angry, extremely frustrated a couple of rounds ago. He gets a 4 kill in this one, so it's just fueled him forward. He's given his team another lifeline. 9-14, and that's all the money for Cloud9. They've got nothing, so Rush not able to clutch that out. Very tough round for them to handle after losing a couple players early on. So Gambit now with the chance to close the gap, build up money of their own, and try and make one more late push. So they're 5 rounds behind C9. 5 rounds away from tying things up. They might have to play for overtime in the end of it, but this time they're going to be patient behind the smokes that are thrown up, waiting to see if Cloud9's going to throw anything at him, any kind of crazy aggression with just the pistols. Considering the amount that Cloud9 has won, 6 out of 7 rounds, they might actually just think this is going to be a full-blown buy round with rifles. They might not expect it to be just pistols. There's the swing. Hobbit gets 1. Dren chiming in on the other, and that's kind of it. They have control of drop. They can now attack both of these bomb sites. There's Fitch with a Galil. An automatic is out as well, so this will be a 10th for Gambit.
Fitch is holding here, and yep, in comes Skadoodle. Able to find that frag, but it's a... okay, make it 2. He's making things very expensive here for Gambit. Still very much alive, finally going to be finished off. Those 2 frags do a good job of making...
different, maybe something more aggressive. Rush is at least going to have a smoke. Some tools they can use, so will Skadoodle, so maybe some delay tactics are going to come out. Gambit handled it so well in the last round, though. You imagine it would go pretty decent this time. Although we have seen the Deagles of Cloud9 do a lot of damage, do plenty of damage to the Gambit side of things.
Yeah, all too often it seems, and now with that little bit extra padding up behind them, the armor across Rush, Automatic, and Stewie. As well as they stack out here towards A, they might try their hand at some aggression perhaps, but Mo, he's already got aggressive for Gambit, going to be the man to try and clear the angle, has support from Fitch. Lining up a nade. Hope the Doja does provide some sort of flash to try and go in with, but no, there's Stewie to open up. Not taking advantage of the utility they have. Luckily enough, Mo tries to pull things back. He's going to fall to Automatic, and now Skadoodle hears these players rotating out of middle. That's all the information they need. Skadoodle's hot on their heels. He's going to come charging in from behind, but it's read well by Doja.
I think he was just a little too eager to get close. They heard the footsteps, but armor just save these AK-47s down the stretch. Economy is a big part of the game, and you want to make sure that you can have some extra money to spend at a dire moment of need. So no reason to risk these AK-47s that you have. And it'll be an 11th. Gambit making this comeback. It's now going to be 3 in a row for them. Hobbit, again, top performer from the Gambit side of things. He's at 25 at 18. Skadoodle still top fragging for Cloud9, but Tarek has caught up, and he had that critical 1v2 win as well.
And it's looking like, you know, we're seeing a bit of a repeat of Overpass right here. A very good start from Cloud9 initially, and then Gambit, they start to close that gap. When that momentum gets behind them, they seem like a very difficult team to actually slow down. Right now, Cloud9 can at least take something out of that, and those were 2 AKs carried forward. Going to really ease the economic burden of having a buy up here. They can get the AWP on Skadoodle, and there's no such luxuries for Gambit. Tac ball is going to be called in from Cloud9.
0 remaining as well. This is the last one they've got to use in order to find the solution to this defense. I mean, it's been a good run from Gambit. Fair play though. It's been 2 rounds where Cloud9's only had pistols, but making sure in this one at least that they're all going to have the game plan necessary. Stewie has an AWP, so does Skadoodle, so the double op setup is the switch that they want to go into the next round. I think these snipers are going to be the solution. We saw this on overpass towards the end. I think it might have been in overtime, and Stewie was dropped by Mo with an aggressive peek out towards long, so I mean, Stewie, a very different style than Skadoodle as an opera. We'll see where he heads with that. Skadoodle's going to go out towards long A. Stewie will be at the B bomb site. And Rush and Tarek joining him. Those two have done a pretty good job, all things considered, defending drop zone. It looks like Stewie's going to get the action.
Yeah, Gambit, they're pushing down. As you say, it is going to be all eyes on Stewie here while Skadoodle holds off long. They've rotated automatic round very preemptively. It's a good read from Cloud9. In comes the push. The wall of smokes goes down, and Stewie, he's able to open up with one, make it two. And this push being picked apart here by Stewie on the AWP. They continued pushing into him, and this man, there's no stopping him. He's in with three. And now Doja left to clutch this out. 1 versus 4. It's not looking likely. But he's worked himself into an angle. They don't know that he's here just yet. Stewie peeks into it, and that is 4 in total for him. As almost single-handedly, he wrecks that offensive from Gambit and propels Cloud9 forward to map point.
Yeah, he made that look easy. That's a beautiful shot. And from here, he's just got the time to find a one-on-one for Fitch, coming around the edge of the smoke, and even finding himself one more, pushing through with no knowledge. And great adjustment, great switch up from Cloud9. This time, the double op, the op in Stewie's hands works beautifully. Now Mo's going to push forward behind his own Molotov, and he pre-fires the angle. He almost finds Skadoodle. That's an op of their own, though. Skadoodle's got to be very careful, but they're messing with fire. Doja and Mo brought very low. Some good chip damage done to the Gambit players early on in this round.
Damage inflicted, though, on either side, and there's very little utility left here for Gambit.
Oh, Doja. This is the scary thing. Doja's going to wrap behind. Skadoodle hasn't considered this yet. aTTaX is there with him, but I think they're going to apply enough pressure that Doja's going to be able to get a free kill. This defense in long A is about to get destroyed. They need to win this now. aTTaX gets both of them. That's huge. Now he's turned around. He's aware of the danger, but he can't win. Tarek has gotten over here. I don't think Doja's going to expect someone that close. You can see towards the end of this game, all of these players trying to read their opponents to the level where they can gain any extra advantage, and it's not working out.
Stewie's up on platform, but his attention is focused elsewhere. Adren finds himself trapped. They're going to try and bait Hobbit so that Adren can find this frag, but there's Stewie in with the first. Now he spotted Adren. Stewie misses that shot. He's darting back and forth, buying time, but Adren was able to find it regardless, and now it's a 1-on-2. Rotations are in. They've got the control of the bomb, and Adren knows where one of the players are, but Tarek's there to trade, and 16-11 to Cloud9. We're going to be going to map number 3. We are going to be seeing Mirage.
Yes, and Cloud9 win the final 2 rounds in a row off the back of that double op setup. Great switch up. Skadoodle with 24 kills, Tarek with 23, Stewie and aTTaX with 20 each to end it. A good performance from Cloud9 in an elimination game. Both teams now 1 map remaining to get into the Oracle Arena. We're going to head back to the analyst desk.
The map, the Gambit forged their dynasty upon. Things change, rosters change, and so do results. Cloud9 picked that one up. It was their selection. We have none other than Sponge and nothing to walk through this one, and I think this is going to be more of just an open forum of observations and analysis. Chad, just kind of walk us through what you're going to want to summarize.
Well, we established in the pre-show, right, that if they go slower towards that B site and execute on, they're just going to have the 3 players there being very stagnant, and that was the case early on. I felt Cloud9 had that game plan. They were able to execute onto that B site, and they were able to get rounds. It just felt like, I don't know if they didn't trust in the game plan, but then when they started going fast B towards the end of the first half, everything started to fall apart for them, and that gave, you know, the guys from Gambit a chance back into the game.
Right, now Jordan, the first thing you said, you were like, right, here we go, it's cobblestone. Just don't go fast. Just take your time. You know, you can do exactly the same thing after their smokes and their Molotovs. That wasn't necessarily the case towards the end of that team.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the main gripes I guess I've had with C9 since they got Tarek calling is that well, for one, people have seen that he's not as much of the peanut brain meme as they thought, but for 2, he does have a little bit of a, I wouldn't know if I would call it impatience, but he likes to be quicker with things. He likes to do it as a team. I wouldn't say he's doing some, like,
of course not,
arrogant stuff, but he likes to get a little aggressive, and I think in the first part of the T side there, Chad, we saw the C9 just kind of sitting back and doing a nice normal default, and it worked out well.
Yeah.
And whenever they picked up the pace, I think the reason that happens is you just kind of see when you know where the opponents are, they're close A-halls or danger. Why not go kill them? Sometimes you get in that vibe of like, hey, we could probably just go trade on this.
I can win this. Yeah,
I can win this duel. But Kabul is one of those maps where, as you saw, when you play slow, you have inherent advantages by causing them to waste utility and fall back. Now maybe they thought Gambit's so good at sitting back in the sites, we got to change it up. You never know. There's a little bit of an intuitive feel that happens there, and then you saw Gambit on the flip side do it. Start slow and then get fast. So I think it could have just been them getting a little excited on both sides.
Maybe just in Cloud9's case here, normally what you expect happening in most matches is teams will adjust the way they play throughout. You want to stay ahead. You want to stay a step ahead as an in-game leader. But Gambit are very, I guess, stubborn's maybe the wrong word, but they just like sitting back. They like turtling up, and they don't really need to adjust on the CT.
Easy to overthink for someone like that.
Yeah, so like maybe for Tarek, and I was like, okay, now they might try and do something a bit more aggressive. We can catch them off guard if we do something fast. That could have been the trade-off mentally there, but just wasn't to be. Gambit were happy playing slow. Far back.
Yeah, and that's something I just want to investigate just a little further, because we're going to be seeing more from Gambit's CT structure into our third map before we get there. This is something that hasn't been explored too much in the past when we talk about Gambit. So you're saying they play far back. The way to read into that is just if you execute on them, they will let you take control and then retake it. Is this? I mean, isn't that a pretty standard?
Not in all scenarios.
I guess think about it like this: you have a map like Cash, right, where you could easily fight for mid control every round, and it's totally viable as a CT. A lot of times, Gambit will just not even opt to do that. So even when maps kind of give them the opportunity to play aggressive, they still just kind of focus on the choke points and sitting back and kind of playing crossfires, and they like taking those fights. So you'll know where they're at, but they're kind of well armed for staying home.
Is that approach, when we talk about Counter-Strike fundamentals, is that seen as like worse? Is that seen suboptimal?
I think it could be scary, right? 'Cause if you play someone like a Fnatic, they're just going to literally walk into bomb sites on you, or maybe newer teams like an SK. So you just got to be careful. You got to be ready. Everyone's got to be on point.
For me, we played Gambit at the MLG Columbus qualifier on train, and they still had a Dren in the roster, and he would just sit at the back of like old bomb or the bomb train, and as we'd do executes on yard, we'd do splits, we'd use our utility. He's just sitting back, away from the flashes, away from the Molotovs, and just popping heads with an AK, with an M4, whatever he's been able to scavenge. Yeah. And normally we're used to doing those strats and catching people at E-box, right? We're coming out, we're going to get that kill, we're going to trade, next guy's going to try and push out from con to get that frag, and it falls that way. But when we were playing against that team and they're sitting so far back, we'd do our execute, we'd expect them to be, we'd use our flashes for all the close areas, because people like to play close up on train, for example. And then we have nothing left, and he's just killing us from afar.
So alter your expectations if you're playing Gambit is the kind of the summary of what they are capable of. And Cloud9 are indeed capable. I mean, they look fantastic in terms of preparing ourselves for this third map. Cloud9 going to be in high spirits. They managed to rebound. What was it that was working so well for Cloud9? What was the source of that victory, Jordan? If you were looking for it.
Well, aside from the 1v2 like we saw Tarek win. I don't know. They just seemed they got those pistols. Did they get T-pistols well?
It felt like a team performance.
Yeah, it just felt like they just there was never really anything special. I think they just need to keep relying on that.
It was an exciting Counter-Strike, right? They didn't need to pull out 1v4s, crazy clutches like that. It was just they did it as a team, and that's normally the better style of CS. That's the way I think I would prefer to see teams win.
I guess one thing I'll add, I think that was kind of irrelevant to going into Mirage. I think kind of what happened there in Kabul is it was kind of just a gloves off kind of thing there. I think in Mirage you're going to see two main points for me is does Cloud9 let them have mid control? I don't think they will. I think they're going to fight for it. And on the reverse, does Gambit let them have mid control? I think it's all about that mid control in these matches. These teams both have really good T sides, fast connector splits, fast B splits. So I think both of them it's going to be interesting because I think we're going to watch them try to disrupt each other.
We'll consider that enough of a scene set. It goes to a third map. It's our final map of the evening and the final map of the group stages / quarterfinals. The Oracle Arena up next. Who's going to be there? Will it be Cloud9 or Gambit? Mirage to decide it, and that's coming up after the break. The Oracle Arena is one map away for Cloud9 or Gambit. Facing them in the semi-finals, waiting in the wings, is FaZe Clan. It's quite it's intimidating stuff, but first hurdle is going to be Mirage, and that is where what we are left with in this best of 3, our second quarterfinal of the day, and our final day before we head over to Oakland. I'm excited, I'm sure these guys are as well. We have Sponge and we have ourselves nothing. It's going to be relatively quick because the game is almost ready, but I think first things first, let's just I'm going to divvy up teams each. You'll never guess who gets Cloud9.
Probably not me.
It's not you, Chad. Okay, just spoilers.
Okay.
So just talk to me about Gambit. I mean, you covered the majority of their performances on Mirage. You've seen it before.
Okay, so we saw the outlier, which was that huge victory to kind of win it. Now that Gambit were really good at these post-plant scenarios, or Liquid were really bad. So one of the two things there is those are 50-50 scenarios. You're not pulling out 2v3s, 2-on-4s. They're not happening all the time, and especially the amount that happened in that Liquid game. Yeah. They really need to hope for a strong T side dictating the pace, and I think that's going to feed nicely into Jordan and talking into about Cloud9 controlling middle.
Yeah, well, so one thing I will give that Cloud9 has, and that maybe is the same thing Liquid could have, is North Americans are really pug strong. When you play Rankcast, Mirage has played a lot, and everyone's worried about the fast plays. One thing that'll benefit them there is that Gambit likes to kind of mix in these fast connector splits and these kind of cheeky mid-control to like creep out upper B fast. C9 is super aware of those kind of plays. They have really strong awareness from Tim on Cat to kind of move and know when to stack in towards B and whatnot. And so I think on their CT side, like I said, the mid control is a big thing. I wouldn't be surprised if I see them jumping out window, getting kind of underpass up mid. Right. For a team like Gambit, they don't need to do anything special. I'll probably see C9 giving up A a lot because they're not, B is something you get exploded on. Even when I was on the team, we never had a problem retaking A, so they're going to be focused a lot of times on fighting off Cat and mid, and not letting Gambit win rounds that are faster, like polarizing with the strats. So I'm kind of just excited to see this match from both sides.
Okay, I mean, that's kind of perfect. Basically, we find a middle ground. Both relax, and you guys at home can too, as your casters are going to be guiding you through the final map of the quarterfinals.
Yes, they are chomping at the bit. Everyone hates waiting for the third map to start. Winner of this goes on to the...
That was utterly ridiculous. I mean, it seemed like all the planets aligned for them there, right? You kind of contrast that to their performance versus Liquid on this map, and it was a completely different story. So this really is a tale of two Gambits, and it depends which one we see in map number 3.
I think if you're Cloud9, you have to come into this expecting this to be a fast-paced, aggressive style from Gambit. That's what we saw that gave him that lead. aTTaX has a lot of information of these two players coming in underpass. Skadoodle in window. It's going to be a hit on A. Doja waiting in the wings on ramp. There's Mo and Fitch coming up. Hobbit on catwalk as well. And Cloud9, they're so confused of what's coming. It's all individual fights, but Tarek has held on. 1 bullet left in the chamber, and he's given a reprieve. But it's Russian Stewie still waiting over at A. Here's Doja being spotted, and Stewie just now coming out of...
Doja could run the risk of going down here. Russian Stewie with this crossfire out on the A bomb site and the aggression from Tarek. Look how much information he's got. The only downside that could possibly come of this is if he misses the timing peak, they are just have to push out towards A, so that's going to be all fine for him. Fantastic, actually. And now Doja has to try and step up, stuck between two players. He's able to open up with one, has support from Hobbit on short, and Hobbit's going to land it. But Tarek brought him up earlier on. There's the denial. And now 1 versus 1. Hobbit emerges. Tarek only just clocks on to where he's come from, and there's 27 seconds left and counting. So Tarek just going to wait. Knows the pressure's on and that bomb is to go down. Hobbit going to leave it down to the wire here, but there will be enough time for that bomb plant to come in.
Oh god, Tarek's just outplayed. Hobbit is just bounced out of this bomb site. This is incredible. And Tarek is just so far away from this plant now. This is just gut-wrenching if you're Tarek. He let Hobbit have a lot of space, a lot of ability to go get that bomb with plenty of time to book it. Tarek does have a kit to work with, but he's got to be so cautious. This is all just eating time off the bomb.
Yeah, he has no information as to where Hobbit is. There's so many angles to check for him here, and he has to move swiftly. Pushing on in, time ticking away. Hobbit up in apartments, just going to be hiding around the corner. And Tarek going to go hunting for him, forces the issue, and is able to find it, so now...
Oh god, this is going to be so close. If he gets this, Tarek just bum rushes Hobbit. I think he's got it. I think he's got it just in the nick of time. Tarek with the heroic play. He had to just close his eyes and pray that Hobbit was exactly where he was running to. What a brilliant round for...
His trap for time. He knew he had to act quickly. You can't just let someone sit up in apartments and abuse the clock on that bomb. So That's the round on the board for Cloud9. They get the pistol. They want to try and get this off to a good start. Already good nades damage inflicted as Hob is tagged low. This scout from Skadoodle does find damage in middle, but it's Stewie, the first man to get anything done. The trades come in. Fitch has gotten by. Skadoodle's trapped here, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he's going to go down as a result. Now Rush, all the pressure's on him as players start to group up and make their way in, but he's overstayed his welcome. He's somehow still alive here, finally dealt with. The bomb plant gonna get denied, and that's massive as Hobbit now finds himself 1 versus 2. Make that 1-on-1. The MAC-10, surely this isn't possible. He's done damage. And Tarek just waits. Just sits behind the box. There's so much riding on this for Cloud9. They need to get off to a good start here. And time just ticking down. Both players adamant on just staying their ground.
I can't believe Tarek hasn't moved.
Yeah, the discipline right now. Finally, he's going to break it. Out he goes, gets caught off guard, and Hobbit, he's able to win it out in the 1v1. The MAC-10 from range prevails, and Gambit, they will manage to get that round on the board. The force buy prevails.
Well, Hobbit returns the favor there with a MAC-10 at long range. It was Tarek to beat him out in the pistol round, and that is crushing for Cloud9. They are going to have the CZs, the armor as well. 3 MAC-10s on the board for Gambit. That's so tough. And look at Clever from C9. Pop flashes indicate what's coming. They're going to rush through underpass. No one's there to see, hear, or fight it. Dren's got to be careful coming back. He doesn't have a care in the world, though. Tarek's going to be in good position. Meanwhile, they're going to readdress over towards the A bomb site. Tarek going to have a quick flank. This defense is mostly set up for mid. It's just Rush here today, and there goes Tarek. Fitch watching their back. Rush gives up his position as well. That's an easy kill for Doja. These MAC-10s to start. Gaining a lot of bonus money for this Gambit team, and still Cloud9 hasn't found anything.
Yeah, I mean, the second you lose Tarek and he's that far up, gonna have some problems coming your way. Was expecting to see more from him. Skadoodle does dispatch of Mo over in mid. Now it's the 3-on-4. Gambit, they're grouped up, ready to push in towards A, and they will start to creep on out. They throw out that one smoke down for CT, and that's going to keep aTTaX out of action. He wants to try and kick things up a gear, and struggles to do so. Stewie in the meantime in with 2, but Hobbit instant on the return. It manages to cement that second round. It comes down to 1v1 once again for Hobbit, and he's feeling it today.
Yes, he's had a great series so far for Gambit. Obviously dominant on the first map, second map as well, putting in work. And here he's lost one important clutch, but he's won a couple big ones as well. And that round is surprisingly close, all things considered, coming in. Stewie finishing up, cleaning up some of those kills at the end and bringing it down to just Hobbit.
Look at this buy.
They do sustain. Yeah, they just want the bonus money. They know that last round was a buy with armor. They know it's unarmored opponents, and why not just rush? Why not just build up a bank? And there it is. 4 kills for the MAC-10s, a 5th as well. And if anything, if yesterday was a preview of this, they're probably going to keep all of those. Although immediately they switch out. Fitch gets the AK-47. I imagine that Dren's going to get an AK-47. But having 3 MAC-10s in your arsenal, you can do something very fast that could catch Cloud9 off guard.
More pup for Skadoodle. He's going to be taking that over towards B. 3 players here early on, so likely going to try their hand at some aggression up and towards apartments, you'd imagine. The early peek does come in from Skadoodle. No time for that, though, because Gambit, everybody rushed down through mid. They want to try and play things fast and loose with the MAC-10s, but aTTaX and Stewie, they're not happy with that. 3 frags between them, and now it's just Doja and Mo left standing. This A bomb site has nothing pointed out on the desk. They are just going to leave it for the retake, and that pans out perfect for them. Already the rotations come in, and Cloud9 instantly going to take one straight back.
Yeah, Cloud9 was ready for that. Stewie right behind the smoke, aTTaX on catwalk as well. Easy couple of kills here for Stewie, just holding down the trigger, and that pretty much seals it. All 5 players survive. They can build up plenty outside of this. Now they have all the nades they could want. Now they have 5 kits on board. The bonus round does not pan out for Gambit. They might have to slow things down now. Skadoodle and Mo both with an AWP. Skadoodle's going to have his in connector. Mo went for a pick on A ramp.
Wasn't able to find anything, though. That's the case with Skadoodle. He lies in wait over mid. You can see Gambit there, weary of the idea that there is going to be this aggression. Stewie's the one to try and give it for them, waiting for a flash to come out. And oh, he's going to be fully blind now, relies on Skadoodle. He's got automatic over on short, and between them, this presence in mid is a force to be reckoned with. 3 players there, stick it to Gambit, and now Doja tries to come in a refrag. He's able to get one, but that should be it. As Cloud9, they've receded back out of middle, and they will just concede that with their man advantage.
Yeah, Doja's an opera in this round, picks it up off Mo's dead body. He's got 1 kill. Tarek using that smoke to get an aggressive position. Adren right on the other side of it. Hobbit's going to go back towards the A bomb site, but the bomb will stick in these B halls. So that can either go through this down the stairs, through the underpass, over towards A, have some kind of a split. aTTaX playing on catwalk though, so he can keep an eye on that. There is a smoke on Hobbit. It will be interesting to see where exactly that's going to be used for. Will be used to help his teammates get up. Yes, it will. They're going to boost into window, actually. So no real indication quite yet, if you're Cloud9, of where this hit is going to come from. Doja's alone at the bomb. They want to flank B. Cloud9 doesn't realize this is coming at all. Rush and Skadoodle both in CT spawn. Neither of them have checked this whatsoever. Adren is going to have a big, big kill on Tarek.
Yeah, this is massive. They've got no clue. There's Adren. He's going to come pouncing out. Tarek.
They can't plant. Time's over. Round's over. Just stay away. If you're Russian Skadoodle, Gambit, a clever idea, but doesn't pan out due to time. It just takes too long to come to fruition. And Cloud9 hold on just barely. It's 3-3. It's all tied up.
And now Gambit in a fairly awkward situation when you look at it in terms of how much money they've got floating around. Got to see the 4-buy come in. They've got the 2 rifles in play. We had players that would have been on a double eco anyway, so bought down what they can around it. Now, Skadoodle gotta be holding mid this time. Playing it from window, waiting to see if any aggression tries to slip through that smoke down short. But it's actually apartments where their attention is going to have to get refocused towards. aTTaX tagged very low over here on short. He only able to get 1. Skadoodle's rotated in, and that was a quick flick. As he's turned it back into a 3-on-3. Gonna go charging in. Skadoodle gets kept at bay. And now it's the man advantage up for Gambit with bomb planted.
These are the exact rounds that gave Gambit the advantage over FaZe, as these fast-paced, automatic, and Tarek not ready for that kind of hit over at the B bomb site. Stewie with the flank. He'll find Doja. Doja's not watching this at all. Flashbang is out. It blinds him. Blinds a second player. He can't get that kill. It's Rush's turn coming into the site. He adjusts, but he can't find it. Mo wins that duel with the pistol, and Stewie's got to move fast. He does have a kit. Turns around spinning, but Hobbit cleans it up. Big kill for him, and more props go the way of a guy who just recently was inexperienced, but now he's got it all. 4-3 for Gambit, and I think that's going to deplete most of the money on the Cloud9 side. And they're going to go for an interesting buy here. Great flick from Skadoodle. It's just not enough. A double op setup comes out for C9 with CZs surrounding it.
Yeah, I think Stewie's looked really good on the secondary AWP for them. Skadoodle's definitely been feeling it as well early on. So they go for a high-risk, high-reward buy, and Stewie is over in middle. Has to be careful because Hobbit is wrapping around through lower tunnels. Plays it around this smoke, but Mo going to go ahead and decapitate him down in mid. Skadoodle does what he can on short, but he's tagged within inches of death. And already this A bomb site's come crumbling down. The only linchpin here is Rush as he gets left undetected. They've got no idea. Doja hasn't checked it, so he will pay for that with his life.
Rush has to fight his way out, though. He can't just sit there. And look at Gambit's progress across the map. There's a player in CT spawn. Hobbit just waiting, and this should be a pretty free kill, all things considered. Actually, not at all. He misses the shots into a 3-on-3. But still, Cloud9 hasn't moved from the B bomb site, and Rush is going to have to make yet another heroic effort.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone back in for more. Not a fan of shying away from the action. Rush, it's all eyes on him. Here's the bomb plant come in. Nearly denies it. Does find great damage onto Mo, but Adren is there to polish him off. Now Skadoodle, 7 HP in a dream, hands rotated into CT. Gambit just going to play this super passively. They know that there's very little on the cards right now for Cloud9, so a save will be in order. Gambit going to be onto a 5th round. Skadoodle keeps the AWP at least.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't mind the investment that Cloud9 does there with 2 AWPs it's tough that nothing comes from them. They've at least salvaged the second one as well, at least for the time being, unless it gets hunted down, but we'll have both of them moving forward, so it's basically going to be identical round, identical chances to find some kills. But Gambit have a big advantage here. 5-3 on the T side already, and they control the money. And how much is C9? I don't think you invest anything outside. Like, you've already made the investment. You don't buy up on the other 3 players now. You have to get the rifles. You have to get the M4s back.
Now they're just going to have to grit their teeth here. aTTaX actually going to invest down into armor. So he's the one to take the AWP right now for Cloud9. Going to be playing off the spawn, as he did have that spawn for mid. He's going to go charging up into it with Skadoodle to reinforce, but already a man has snuck on by. They have to be careful. aTTaX's able to open up. Now he just retreats, recedes back for a mid. Gambit, in response to this, actually going to start to charge in towards this B-bomb site, flooding their way in. Skadoodle is the first man there.
Skadoodle's entire job right now is to make sure no one can get to bench. The leg shot onto a Dren. He's going to keep the angle, so he's called out that one has crossed. The other op is over on Catwalk, and Gambit doing a good job at the moment not being punished by either of them. There goes automatic. There goes Rush, and it's just aTTaX boosted up who misses the shot. Again, they might have to sit this out, especially because Skadoodle is down. That would be a big kill to get, but Hobbit takes off the head of Stewie, and now aTTaX... You'd love to keep this, but it's such a tough position to be in. One pushing Catwalk, you're being surrounded. There's the hit. Dropping down. Patiently waiting for a Dren's peek and spots the arm, gets that as well. aTTaX showing off some skills, a well-rounded player, quite obviously. Gonna bail out to the top mid. He might just be able to do this. Fitch isn't close by. And there it is. aTTaX saves the op, but silver lining, they've got to get into the winning ways pretty quickly now.
Yeah, the one upside there, though, is they have done damage. They keep the AWP. They wouldn't be able to get one otherwise, so that is always very handy there from aTTaX, who survived against overwhelming odds. But look at this from Doja. I mean, it was just a mop-up from him.
That was a very, very dirty round in a scenario where there could have been some danger that came out from that one. So the ops don't do as much damage as Cloud9 would have liked in those couple risky buys they have, but now moving forward, Mo is going to be in Palace with his. No one watching this, and he can just set up in this perch, and he can wait for someone from Cloud9 to wander back into his crosshair. Stewie's there at the moment, and that's an easy pick. Stewie comes right back into it, not prepared for that. A good switch up in positioning from Mo, and a very simple way to find an opening for Gambit.
Gambit, they've started to wrap back through T-spawn with that bomb in tow. Setting up for the A play. They've left the Dren all the way over a B. You can try to flank in or head in through lower tunnels. Also support from Fitch up in top mid, but right now it's Doja, the man looking to try and find an entry. He's got support from Mo up in Palace. You can see rotations already starting to trickle on in from Cloud9. aTTaX has departed B, and they're going to leave that wide open. And Gambit, they've got a fantastic read. Enough, still had that smoke left.
Gambit might have to go through that. I think that's going to disappear just under 20 seconds, so they're going to walk through it. There's the flashbang. Automatic with an off angle gets the first kill. Trying to stay alive, trying to buy that time. As you said, Skadoodle does take down one. It's a 3-on-3, but no one is quite here at the B bomb site, so the plant's going to go down. Mo's watching towards Catwalk. Not a lot of utility for Cloud9 to use, and aTTaX just runs the gauntlet, gets picked out of the sky. And that kill from Doja is just going to seal it. Rush can't go for this whatsoever. Cloud9's defense is getting battered at the moment, all across the map. Whether it's a fast B hit or whether Gambit readjusts late in the round over to the B bomb site, they haven't been able to stop any of it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, preemptively send everyone over towards A, and Gambit off more than they can choose. So now it is going to be a 7th round for Gambit here. Rush is able to save. That doesn't really give them much to work with here regardless. The extra M4 is going to be nice for the extra firepower, but it doesn't facilitate a buy.
They could get lured into a buy. They're not going to. I mean, they're going to get a small investment. Deagle Armor, Scout on aTTaX. I was going to say, aTTaX actually had like, 5,600 or something like that, so they could have picked up an op on him and bought around that and just seen if they could do anything. Not that desperate quite yet.
Still, they have pulled together what they can for Cloud9. Is that going to be enough, though, to get much done here? Very lax hold on mid. quite the opposite of what we've seen from Cloud9. The boost going to be employed. They stick Rush up there, and that's netted him the early frag. Downrange onto Hobbit, but that's not much of an advantage. They do now have a man up, but it's only a Mach 10 dropped in mid.
They have 3 players over at the B bomb site as well. They've obviously been trained by Gambit to fear those B hits, and Skadoodle and Connector with just a P250 and no armor. He's going to be the next one up. Tarek, there's a good scout kill onto a Dren, hunts him down. Fitch has made his way into the ladder room, but aTTaX already got a kill with the Deagle. Even if he does fall here, he's done his work. And Cloud9, they could respond with this one. They could use this 4th round. Now it's just play passive, don't get picked off, force Gambit to commit into a bomb site, force them to commit into a crossfire.
You can see how reluctant Gambit are, but with only 25 seconds left, they have to get moving, they have to pick a site, hedge their bets and make their way in. It's going to be A, but Stewie, well, he massacres both the players in Connector. They get shut down. And Gambit, they really seem to struggle up against these 4 spies when it seems like, you know, Cloud9 are playing around with a big disadvantage that they don't have much to lose. That's when Gambit falls short. Once again, same case what we've seen throughout all the maps tonight. And that's that they kind of lose that first man, and then they try to gain back some ground as a result, and then just get punished for it in the one-on-ones.
Tactical timeout from Cloud9 as well. They know they cannot get responded upon. I mean, winning a round like that is a good way to just boost your economy in its own right, because they obviously salvage, you know, 3 weapons or so, and don't need to spend money on that. But you still, if you're Cloud9, you're still saying in your head, we can win this half. Despite everything that's happened, we can end this 8-7 on the CT side. We can make this comeback happen and give ourselves a lead into the second half. So that's what they're aiming to do. Freeze time coming to an end here. Skadoodle's going to have the AWP. Mo's got one as well. Mo again going towards the A-bomb site. Skadoodle the same thing.
This time there's...
Eu já tenho tudo, velho. É só o clube que não pega, mano. Tentar mudar a versão da DEIXE.
Sabe, eu não esperava isso, né? Papel?
Poxa, papel, Juvenal. Juvenal, você precisa ter uma esposa, homem. Cuidar, meu Deus do céu, olha isso aqui, homem. Alguém vai cuidar dessa capa. Casa comigo, eu vou me dedicar todinha a você. Juvenal.
E o pancadão já tá virando as madrugadas. Cara, essa carniça de extrema tá enchendo o saco ainda, velho. Desgraçado, mano.
Vai começar a pressionar o rabo.
Eu já tirei essa porra carniça do caralho.
Cobra.
Filha da puta. Ela tá outro lado, essa carniça insiste, essa desgraça insiste, velho. Porra do caralho. Tá autuadas aqui essa carniça desgraçada insistindo. Aqui, ó. Ixi, esses dois não pegam. Nem apareceu aqui. Eu vi já erro na hora, mano.
Eu não tenho problema de consciência. Se puder salvar. Assinou o primeiro laudo psiquiátrico que possibilitou a internação da Clara. Eu só estou pedindo que você dê sua opinião.
Agora em Curitiba, tá ligado? Então a ideia, eu tinha falado pra vocês do jogo, eu tinha dado aqui em Curitiba, daí eu vi um nome de escola, né, mano? Escola Games.
Mãe, dá isso aí na cama que eu quero dormir. Mãe?
Pois põe aí pra mim na novela.
Não, eu já desliguei o computador, não tem mais novela. Vai, mano.
Põe na novela.
Eu sempre pensei em ter um jogo meu, mano.
Você não colocou na novela, não?
Já vou, pera.
Tá ligado? Então vamos ver aqui com os caras aqui o que dá pra fazer aí, mano. Game, escolas e aplicativos. Vamos ver se o bagulho é a gente criar mesmo, né? E aí, mano? Beleza? O bagulho de jogo aqui, como é que funciona? É a gente mesmo que faz jogo assim e tal. É, chefe, vocês que criam, cara. Chega, eu tô filmando aqui. Mas então, eu queria entender mais ou menos como que é assim, mano.
Cara, é assim, ó, pra você criar jogo, antigamente você tinha que estudar muito o que é programação. O método que a gente utiliza não envolve programação, isso que é fantástico. Então você consegue criar vários jogos, qualquer tipo de jogo, aplicativos, tanto para as plataformas Android, iOS, PlayStation, Xbox, tudo isso. Só que sem utilizar programação. Topa, vamos fazer junto
aí? Bora. Já mostro pra galera que também tem curiosidade, né?
Beleza. Então é o seguinte, ó. Vamos entrar aí então.
Aqui é a sala onde os alunos vêm ou não?
Isso, aqui é uma sala onde é feito o desenvolvimento de games e aplicativos, né? Aqui, uma sala bem ampla, aqui é onde
mas no caso eu não moro aqui, entendeu?
Não tem problema, cara. A gente tem curso online também. Você pode fazer em qualquer lugar do Brasil, até fora, se quiser, entendeu?
E a dificuldade, assim, seria mais fácil, né?
Depois na novela. Cobra com a cabeça grande.
Que foi, bebê?
Não, e o tricolor paulista quer engrenar a boa fase depois da primeira vitória. Com Arrepie com Ecoblé. Novo Chevrolet Cruze, motor e performance turbo. Clear. Chevrolet Cruze, motor e performance turbo. Clear Mint Shampoo, refrescância e zero gaspa. Itaú, empréstimo para pagar em até 90 dias. Vivo, patrocinadora oficial da seleção dos brasileiros. Escol, no verão tá redondo, tá junto.
Casada com ela, não se confia. Isso não tem. Isso você continua casado com a Beth. Você não me fala.
Bom, eu recebi hoje uma documentação. A gente vai ter que executar alguns procedimentos legais. Como a Elizabeth nunca foi dada como morta, mesmo com o acidente da lancha, basta que ela retire novos documentos. Agora, a gente precisa ir ao Rio de Janeiro para levantar aquele processo de ausência que foi aberto pelo seu pai. Sim, claro, é fácil. É bem mais fácil do que eu imaginei quando começamos a investigar o caso. Sim, segundo. Desculpa, eu preciso atender.
Isso online, não tem dificuldade.
Alô?
Sim. Todo o suporte pro aluno, né? Tem a sede física, onde a gente...
Não, mas isso não é usual. Obrigado, a gente se fala depois. Que outro? A juíza que julgaria o processo de guarda do filho da Clara sobre o acidente. O que acontece é que não cancelaram a audiência.
Como assim?
Mudaram a juiz. Só que eles não me falaram quem é.
Bom, esse é o ambiente que a gente vai trabalhar.
Tenho uma excelente notícia para você, Beth. Eu levantei uma papelada aqui, outra dali, e acabei descobrindo que, diante da justiça, você não está considerada morta.
Mesmo? Nossa, mas mesmo depois de tanto tempo desaparecida?
Desapareci, mas não morta. No país, quando uma pessoa desaparece, demora muitos anos para ser reconhecida morta perante a justiça. Mesmo depois de passar o processo legal, se os herdeiros querem, por exemplo, vender um imóvel, surgem dificuldades. Então eu tenho tentado mais fácil. E você não tem mais os seus documentos. Nós vamos tirar uma nova carteira de identidade que você não enviou.
Menos de 8 semanas.
Que certeza. É, existe. Agora não vai, eu preciso
Em exceção, Clara, é melhor você se preparar. A audiência não foi desmarcada. Será amanhã, como previsto. E ainda não me informaram quem vai ser o juiz.
Vocês não podem estar criando o seu próprio jogo, o seu próprio digamos aí, mais um matrimônio, butterfly. Um vídeo jogando também quero que vocês gravem um vídeo jogando.
O Vinícius teve que trabalhar em dobro por trabalho. O plantão era do Bruno, mas ele não foi, porque a namorada foi atropelada. Ela pode ser coitada, mas não tá fato, é o Vinícius.
Eu acho que não é muito legal falar assim, eu já passei horas operando essa moça e a situação dela é bem grave.
Ah, foi você que operou? Nossa, que responsabilidade.
Ela teve uma lesão bem séria no corpo dorsal.
Muito sério, né?
A gente não sabe ainda como é que o quadro dela vai evoluir, sabe? Dá pra ficar muito otimista.
Puxa, coitada.
Tô exausto hoje.
E que eu fico pensando desde então.
O quê?
Posso fazer isso com você? Não é justo.
Como a gente conversou nisso, tá tudo certo.
ficar esperando geografia.
Não assisti. Essa sorte com, sei lá, Maíra. Já tô tomando pizza no xodó. Olha o recado. Mentira. É mentira.
Não, é mentira não.
Já assiste, Ana, toda noite você quer.
Mas também no desconto, já tá falado.
Opa. Olha aqui, meu amor, te vejo muito.
Você tá bom, hein? Maravilha. Ixi, até hoje, não tem que chegar lá.
Já que eu tô pensando lá já,
Vamos subir.
Perfeito. Vamos lá.
Pra você. Faço de graça.
Eu lhe agrado tanto assim?
Em tudo agradar. Se me fizer favor.
Fácil.
Cheiro. Oxi. Tô precisando tanto de um paizinho. Ou alguém que finja que é meu pai, sabe?
Eu? Pai? Mas que rolê é esse? Eu nem te conheço.
Desirê. Prazer é todo seu. Bom. Você tem nome de guerra, sabe? Meu nome mesmo, na vida real, é Cândida. Foi com esse nome que eu conheci um pato. O pato que acredita que sou uma moça de família e que tem um pai que é muito rigoroso.
Espera aí. Pato?
Oxe, mano. Não que se encantou, sabe? Pelos meus predicados de beleza, não sabe? Oxe, eu preciso enganar esse homem pra poder sair dessa vida e me casar, sabe? Eu preciso que você finja que é meu pai e acerte esse casamento pra mim.
Quer que eu plante o pai pra você enganar o pato?
Oxe, mas que homem esperto que ele é. E se você topar ser meu paizinho, em troca, você vai poder brincar nesse parqueio aqui de diversões sempre que você quiser. Quer brincar, Desirê vai te ensinar. Oxe, você topa?
Eu topo.
Hoje que essa cobra vai
Boa noite, daqui a pouquinho tem Big Brother Brasil ao vivo. Ontem à noite a gente formou o paredão e a madrugada foi muito difícil pra Gleice, que tá muito chateado de ter sido emparedada, mas aquele não tá nem aí. E o Mahmoud, muito bravo com tudo que aconteceu, acabou cometendo uma infração na madrugada e a casa inteira foi punida por causa dele. Tudo que aconteceu você vai ver daqui a pouquinho. Por falar no paredão, quem você vai votar, hein? A votação está aberta no gshow.com, a votação é exclusiva lá no nosso site deste ano. Você pode votar na Gleice, você pode votar na Jaqueline ou no Mahmoud. Quem você quer tirar da casa? gshow.com. O BBB a gente faz com você. E daqui a pouco também a gente vai conversar no confessionário, a gente já fez isso com o Taizai e com o Breno. Os caras vão gostar de ouvir o que eles têm pra dizer. Até daqui a pouco.
Oferecimento Nescau 3.0. Licozinha. Itaipava. Presunto Sadia. Walmart. E Guaraná Antártica.
Chegou o CD com samba de enredo do Carnaval 2018 do 15 de janeiro. Uma batida e energia que vão transformar sua sala em uma avenida. Seu carro em uma avenida. Seu dia em uma avenida. Agora, se você quiser ir pra avenida de verdade, estão abertas as vendas dos ingressos para o São Paulo. Garanta o seu CD. Compre o seu ingresso de curta festa que já começou.
Amanhã, depois do Bom Dia Brasil.
Nesta terça você vai ver as curiosidades de mais um mercadão do Brasil. Dessa vez, o Magosteiro vai a Belém do Pará para mostrar as delícias do maravilhoso mercado zero peso.
Em seguida,
3 tipos de esquecimento.
quais são normais e quais você precisa ficar atento para saber se pode ser analisado. E ainda,
Nós vamos falar do poder da mente. Você vai ver como os avanços da neurociência podem transformar as nossas vidas.
A quarta extra voltou ainda melhor. Agora tem a quarta extra. 2 dias de venda completa com a maior economia e a melhor qualidade. Vai aproveitar.
O pedaço só de 17,49. Filé, filezinho de frango sadia, café, linguiça suína verdigão, 7,98. Laranja verde, batata doce e melancia, 1,49. Batata, rocambole, limão, tahiti, 1,95. Pera portuguesa, abacate, mamão formosa, 2,95. E mussarela pedaço, só 12,99.
Vai economizar. Tá aqui a quarta extra.
Presente. As aulas já vão começar e você também não pode faltar.
Presente. Presente.
Quando o aluno volta às aulas, todo mundo volta junto.
Presente.
Presente. Quando toda a comunidade se mobiliza, a educação é muito melhor.
Presente.
Uma campanha da Globo, Fundação Roberto Marinho e UNICEF.
quando o assunto é caos, o céu é o limite para essa companhia aérea.
Ninguém aparece dentro do avião. Desaparece assim, aposto que você é um robô.
Tia, eu sou prática-maníaca. Eu não sou sequestradora.
O terra firme também não é diferente.
O meu vizinho tem uma grama. Isso é permitido?
Mas é uma vítima de auxílio. Onde é que nós vamos parar? Quinta, depois do BBB, Brasil Papo.
Vocês e dessa vez
Sua Excelência, o Dr. Juiz Gustavo Vasconcelos.
Estou pensando no juiz substituto.
Não pode ser. Esse homem só me prejudicou.
Silêncio nesse tribunal, por gentileza. Senhoras, senhores, estamos aqui para julgar o pedido de guarda unilateral de parte de Clara Tavares, em favor do menor Tomás Tavares Monserrat. Eu inicio essa audiência perguntando se as partes chegaram a algum acordo. Bom, eu sou pai do Tomás. O senhor sabe muito bem quem eu sou, mas tem que dizer o nome, não é isso? Sim, são as formalidades. Gael Monserrat. O menino é filho meu com a Clara. Hoje a guarda do menino está dividida entre mim e minha mãe, Sofia Monserrat. Mas eu já disse a minha posição para a Clara, que é mãe biológica do menino, que eu, como pai, eu abro mão da guarda do menino. Porque eu sei que a Clara tem muito amor para dar, tem coração. Eu tenho certeza que ela vai cuidar muito bem do menino. Por gentileza, não é o momento de se pronunciar.
A guarda pertence hoje a Gael Monserrat, pai biológico, e sua mãe, Sofia Monserrat, avó biológica. A minha cliente não está disposta a abrir mão da guarda do menino.
A senhora deseja se pronunciar?
Sem acordo.
Nesse caso, eu peço que a mãe biológica, Clara Tavares, se pronuncie. Que deseja a guarda do menino. Ele não está sendo bem educado com uma avó e com um pai?
Senhor juiz, eu passei muito tempo longe. Meu filho cresceu longe de mim também. Eu não posso negar que ele vem sendo cuidado com extremo amor, em particular pela Lívia. E eu também não posso negar que ele tem conforto, estuda numa boa escola. Mas quando a gente fala de um menor, não se trata só de bens materiais. O amor de uma mãe é insubstituível. Eu esperei anos para dar esse amor pro meu filho. Agora eu tô aqui. Eu tenho plenas condições de criar o meu filho. O senhor pode ver isso no relatório da assistente social. Ela esteve na minha casa, ela também pode ver que eu já tenho um quarto pronto para receber o Tomás. Eu só quero criar e dar amor pro meu filho.
Senhora, eu tenho informações de que o terreno onde existe um garimpo de esmeraldas está no nome do menino.
Sim.
Tem algum outro interesse em criá-lo além do amor? Porque se ganhar a guarda, toma posse das minas que estão no nome do menino.
Eu deveria ficar ofendida com uma pergunta dessa. Mas eu sei que é de praxe. Eu tenho dinheiro próprio. Eu anexei as declarações dos meus bens durante o processo.
Sim, muito dinheiro.
Pois é. Eu só quero criar e amar o meu filho. Esse é meu único interesse. Amor.
Senhor promotor, doutora Mel, tem alguma pergunta? Não. Estou satisfeito, muitíssimo. Bom, então vamos agora ouvir a outra parte.
Eu sou o Carlos Henrique Amaral, advogado de Dona Sofia Monserrat e de toda a família. E afirmo, perante todos, que Clara Tavares, apesar de tantas boas intenções, não tem condições de criar o próprio filho.
Que isso?
Excelência, eu anexei o primeiro laudo de interdição de Clara ao processo.
Sim, aqui diz que ela foi interditada e internada num hospício por vários anos.
Eu protesto, excelência. Minha cliente não está sendo julgada por qualquer crime. Ela pediu a guarda do filho.
Negado. Estamos decidindo o destino de um menor.
Excelência, a minha cliente trouxe uma testemunha técnica que está disposta a falar. Uma psiquiatra. Senhor juiz, eu posso pedir que ela dê o seu testemunho?
A senhora Sônia Souza quer entrar.
Vocês de psiquiatras.
Eu tenho certeza do processo inteiro, claro. É isso que está fazendo. Silêncio, por gentileza. Doutora, por favor. Queira repetir seu nome?
Sônia Souza, eu sou psiquiatra.
Em que sentido pode contribuir no processo?
Bem, eu analisei o primeiro laudo psiquiátrico da mãe biológica, Clara Tavares. Meu colega de profissão, Samuel dos Passos, que não está presente, na época ele atestou esquizofrenia paranoide e não há cura conhecida para essa condição.
Eu protesto, excelência. Eu anexei o processo laudo de 3 psiquiatras renomados. Eles atestam que Clara não sofre de nenhuma enfermidade psiquiátrica. Protesto negado. Por favor.
Como psiquiatra, eu estou certa que ela pode ter tido um período mais pacífico, sem sintomas aparentes. Mas se passou anos num hospício, eu acredito que os profissionais de lá não errariam em uma condição tão grave. Os profissionais de lá, que o caso devia enterrar as vidas. Mais uma fantasia, senhora?
Doutora, por favor, não se manifeste. É uma armadilha. A senhora não deve fazer observações. Agradeço.
Agradeço a todos.
Vejo alguma contradição nesse caso. O pai está disposto a entregar o filho.
Estou. Excelência, talvez
gente com essa dossiê.
Sem regressão. Senhores, estamos diante de um contrato de lei. Nem vai ter condições de criar esse negócio.
Me perdoe, juiz. Eu criei o mais. Eu criei. Eu não sou a mãe biológica, mas eu sou a mãe de coração.
Saco.
Me chamo de mãe.
Está nos autos, seu juiz. Está nos autos. Ele a chama de mãe.
Eu amo aquele menino de todo o meu coração.
Eu pergunto, por que essa mulher que ficou tanto tempo longe e volta agora para reaver a guarda do filho? Não é por ambição? Pelas esmeraldas?
Protestos esse processo sofre de deformações muito graves. Estão atribuindo intenções a minha cliente com essa ré. Algo de podre aqui. Excelentíssima doutora Raquel, deveria julgar esse processo sobre um acidente. Essa audiência deveria ter sido postergada.
Eu queimei minhas pestanas, estudante. Estamos aqui decidindo o destino de um menor, como já disse. E não se brinca com a vida de um menor.
Não se brinca com a vida de um menor. E não se brinca com uma mãe. Nada do que foi dito ou ouvido aqui deve ser levado em consideração. Eu exijo a remarcação dessa audiência. Eu exijo a impugnação. Exijo a anulação. Brasil, oferecendo presunto sadia. Verão tem esse valor. Qual preço para baixo é sempre o uau.
E amanhã você vai fazer exame? Você nem fez cocô, né?
Guaraná Antártica, patrocinador oficial da seleção brasileira. Nescau 3.0, menos açúcares, mais fibras. Minizinha, maquininha sem aluguel que cabe no bolso. Em Itaipava, viva sem carnavais em um.
Boa noite, BBB 18, começando o paredão formado. A gente tem 3 personagens muito legais no nosso paredão. Ajude foi líder na semana passada, jogou com emoção, acabou tomando 7 votos. Jaqueline deu um azar e pegou a garrafinha errada na consequência da prova do líder. E Gleice, que foi a indicação do líder Lucas. Mahmoud, Jaqueline e Gleice. Assim se formou o paredão.
Todas as minhas decisões nesse jogo foram do lado da emoção.
Mahmoud, o poder do não.
Vou atirar bruxinha por medo da vingança.
Não mais 5 pessoas.
Chega.
assim, a gente teve pouco contato, mas o pouco que tivemos foi muito bacana. Mas, assim, dessa vez, infelizmente, eu vou falhar. Grandes poderes também, grandes responsabilidades.
O anja compartilhado entre a Gleice e a Jaqueline.
A Jaque me prometeu, ela falou, olha, se eu ganhar o anja, eu te dou. Eu queria tirar ele, mas eu dei um vento pra ele, mas...
Vamos começar a votação no confessionário.
As coisas que eu tô meio a prova, eu tive na cabeça. Vocês acho que não estão fechados mais, né? Ainda não? Não, tá fechado. Sim. Porque as duas, o LEIA ainda está fechado, né? A família primeiro já está em duas.
Ele tirou você da prova na casa da família? A gente tem que tirar ele primeiro.
O paredão desta semana é entre Jaqueline, Gleice, com 7 votos, Mahmoud. E a votação segue aberta. Vamos colocar aqui para vocês quem vocês querem tirar da casa. Votação exclusiva no gshow.com. 3 opções para vocês. O paredão triplo desta semana: Gleice, Jaqueline e Mahmoud. gshow.com. Faça o seu cadastro. Se você já tem, a partir dali, a madrugada foi confusa para ele. E ele chegou a cometer uma infração. Olha só. Lucas, você tem alguém aí para você?
Eu vou deixar.
Mahmoud. Mahmoud.
Eu vou ter a Ana Paula.
Não. É assim, é uma grande novidade. Uma grande novidade. Mahmoud, escolha alguém e essa pessoa vai dizer quem é ela.
Você não disse nada, você não fez nada. Mas é porque ele perguntou que as pessoas com quem eu fiz isso. Só isso. A gente tem, assim como tem em todas as outras ações, a gente tem uma... Ok, seu primo. Boa, gato.
Gente, eu sei.
Gente, nossa, isso aqui pra você, entendeu? Eu nunca fingi que eu gosto de alguém que eu não gosto. Nunca fingi e não vou fingir. E fui educado com todo mundo. Se eu não desculpa de falar com expressão. Tipo, eu não 7 votos, eu nem passam de comer do comer. Eu acho que pararam do jogo. Mas fazer esse caminho muito de boa. Mas que era um menino, né, tipo, de afinidade com tudo, enfim. Muito pela personalidade dela. É que eles fecharam, né? Dá certo, né? Porque pode ter certeza que... Eu odeio gente falsa. Eu odeio gente falsa. Isso na minha cara mesmo, minha punhal por cá. Eu odeio.
O que é? Esse seria pelo amor de Deus. Também tô com meu filho. Deixa eu fazer errado mesmo.
Mas por que você tá tão pensando negativo, cara?
Porque agora quando eu vou cá, eu quero brincar de cada um. Entendeu? Porque eu posso.
Isso aqui vai virar um inferno. Como você tá, Lina?
Tô tranquila. Eu curti tudo, então eu não quero sair daqui. Não tenho a possibilidade de ganhar a minha vida. Sabe? Sensacional. E não tô chateada com o Lucas também.
Eu queria fazer um barraco, cara. Eu queria sair aí comendo a banana tudinho, chamando todo mundo de falso. Todo mundo se fingindo amizade. Todo mundo aí fingindo amizade. Eu
sei que eu falei assim que eu entrei pra causar, mas eu tô brincando. Tô brincando também, eu tenho direito de brincar, mas causar, tá? Desculpa, né?
Então, o que acontece?
Não.
Eu não tô falando que ele tá falando agora.
Um dia.
Ele tá falando agora,
Não, eu não posso fazer isso.
eu acho que ele pode.
Mesmo tendo essa filha aí que eu mandei já muito, eu não consigo ficar quieto. Quer zoar? Só que depois aguenta. Ele não vai aguentar, cara, entendeu? Só que a vida dele pode se tornar um inferno.
Diz a regra que quem está no vacunado e o marrom está no vacunado não pode usar nem as panelas do café, nem os ingredientes do café. Mas o marrom pegou as panelas do café, pegou manteiga que é do café e fez ovo de madrugada. Ele disse que foi sem querer, que ele esqueceu. Mas a partir dali, começou o assunto que foi lá no dever.
Eu acho que você não pode comer nessa panela, cara. Acho que tem que ser na branca, viu?
Não foi de propósito.
Ai, não tem notícia, então eu tô esperando.
Então ele fez isso aí, fez o ovo com manteiga, não pode. Eles foram dormir, quando eles acordaram, o Viegas foi espalhar para casa inteira o que tinha acontecido. Eles ainda não tinham sido punidos. E aí o grande irmão impiedoso lacrou. Lacrou a geladeira, sequestrou os itens do tá com tudo, colocou a casa inteira no tá com nada até segunda ordem. E aí diálogos muito importantes aconteceram durante a tarde.
back. Taco chiming in as well. Advantage goes towards SK. They'll fall back. You can see them retreating towards the bomb site. Comes down to Draken now. Long A with the AWP. We need him to step up today. Looking for the opening pick, but time is ticking away. They don't really have much utility. 2 smokes remaining as they make their final approach towards the A bomb site.
Rez. The dumpster can't find Taco. Goes down immediately. Get Right knows the situation. He needs to get at least 1 kill to allow the entry to long. Taco's on the other side of the wall, but they can't find it, and unfortunately it's just Get Right remaining. What a great example of a team knowing, good shot from Bolts, the exact situation. They lose the early pick and they rotate everyone back rather than cowering away. And I thought they would take Fallen back to the site. They send all 3 out, they play for the trades, they get aggressive, and they take assertion and end the round essentially.
It's great work by Fallen. The fact he dropped the smoke and Monster is focused primarily towards Shaw. Instead of playing back in the site and allowing them to execute there, he's finding the shots, he's funneling them towards A, and that's where the rifles are waiting for them. And it's 5-0 SK Gaming. They're not missing a beat right now. We are technically have a force by FMNIP. Sure, we have the rifles and the armor. We have 1 smoke, make it 2 with 1 flashbang to work with here. Fur, top of middle once again. How many times will he try and get away with this one? He's been shut down twice now, and we'll see whether he can cause any damage here. As NIP make their way towards the connector, we have got Draken in the playground, and he could find Fur any second now. This is very touch and go for both players. Draken knows the potential of Fur pushing towards middle.
Good shot again from Fallen to start it off. Lost round bonus certainly at its maximum.
Furs and T-steps just to note.
Yeah, that's... I don't know how he does it. This whole event, like, I used to think Snacks was the master of getting... Oh, easy kill. Right? Had no idea. Fur. Like, someone needs to look at his demos. If there's a heat map for Fur, I bet all of his CT kills are on the T side of the map.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely
ridiculous.
Behind enemy lines as ever. Get Right with the knife out. Draken was actually watching it. He was in playground. He let them go past. And now Fur and the connector still being a nuisance. He'll do damage. Exist finally takes him down, but it might be too late. It's now a 4-on-2. It's up to Exist and Draken now to make their way back towards the A side, it seems. Draken, no AWP. He'll be at long A and Fallen in the bathrooms. Exist's got his work cut out for him here.
Angle held. Exist hesitant. Checking all of the angles. Early shot from Fallen. In fact, it wasn't even going to be a shoulder peek. Draken's added to that with the AK kill on a Bolts at long. That allows the entrance and the bomb plant at the very least. The rotation in a 2 versus 2 favors SK on HP, but not in positioning because they're split up entirely, and Draken's gonna get aggressive to try and catch Cold off. Good position. The AK can't find the shot. 15 for Cold. He can now afford to look for information as Exist will not burrow into the typical post-plant position. He'll wait to see where Taco presents himself.
The in-game leader of NIP, the lowest performer for them in this tournament so far, in a 2 versus 1 up against Kelvinzera and Taco. The bomb is down, he's towards long. He has no utility to work with it. He has to fight and see if he can make it a 1 versus 1 before anything begins here. He'll successfully do that, and he gets both kills! The spray control comes through, and Exist has done it! He pulls it off against all the odds. Nothing to work with there. And how does he pull that one out the bag?
Wow. With 46 HP, the problem exists, no pun intended, that they only keep 1 player alive on the reset, but what a round to win. This isn't even close to a lineup, my goodness.
That's beautiful. That's what they needed, a clutch going in favor of the Ninjas. And we'll have round number 7. It was a 4-on-2 situation, and one that could bring NIP to life now. 5-1. Money's still going to be difficult, but they'll take a pause just to calm down, it seems. As we get into this, we still have money, of course, for the SK side. The AWP still out. Fallen missing that key shot in the bathrooms. As the opening Exists required. 2 versus 1. Shouldn't have won that. The first kill that came in towards the bomb, you would assume the refrag comes in straight away. That spray control, that was ungodly.
It was incredible because I think he just had faith on the first player. He was already transferring to the second player as the last bullet was still flying toward his target. So the response is going to have to be desperate, aggressive, and convincing from NIP, and the fact that they are down to the 2 AK-47s, a CZ-75 Khalil and UMP, Exist being the only one to survive. It's out toward B. Again, SK wants to step forward. Fallen with the AWP is getting so aggressive. We don't typically see him on this portion of the map with the WP in hand, but this event, again, with Fur being so good on A, he can afford to do so, and he finds Forrest already. They have the smoke so he can fall back, even though Squeaky Door isn't covered, no one will be able to get the shot.
These are the kind of players we're talking about in the pre-game. Fallen, getting aggressive, changing his position every single round, and being a nuisance. You can see how difficult this buy was for NIP, even though they won the previous round. Draken's down to a CZ, which is now a Khalil. Get right on the UMP, and it's the man advantage given towards SK Gaming. Fallen pushing offshore, takes down Forrest, and he'll manage to retreat safely back to the B side here. NIP don't really have much to work with at all. 3 players in T-spawn. We have got Exist making his way up long A. The hero of the previous round might have to step up here again. He's one of the few players with the AK-47. They have got utility. They opted for strategy over firepower going into this round. And so far, they are at the disadvantage. It's Fur once again. This time, a little bit more caged. He's not at the top of middle.
Yeah, but you say caged. Formerly the position that he used to get all of his flanks as far back as Cluj, as far back as the early days of the Brazilian roster, was inside of bathrooms. He's very good at just staying put and not panicking, staying silent. And you can see it, Draken almost runs over and walks directly into him. Rez has gone behind him, but this is it. This is it. This is what Fur does every time. It's like he is literally controlling the simulation Anders talks about. Every time in bathrooms, he gets a kill from behind. It's going to be immediately inside of the site that they'll have to push in from long. Bolts is ready for get right. Bomb drop. Draken only with the 1 response. And the round is gone. The reset is going to hit 9 seconds. Draken has no chance to find 4. Needs to die early, in fact, given the money situation.
It took the heroics existing in the first round on the board, but that will be forgotten as we go into the next round. 6-1, full reset coming through with no bomb planted. It's looking too easy for that man in the screen right now. Fur completely lighting them up every single round. Behind enemy lines, he seems to find kills with players with their knives out, and yet they have no idea where he is. It's so difficult to play against him. With a round like that, when he goes passive, you just assume, okay, he must be playing back on the bomb site now, but no, he's there, still in an aggressive position, and he'll be looking for some anti-eco frags here. The nade successful, they'll be rushing towards his position, looking for the spray down. He'll take 1 and fall back.
All back. 9 kills to Fur's name. Bolts and Cold each on 8. Everyone chiming in. Get right. Gets a kill on Fur at the very least, but unfortunately without the weapons they can't do much more. Forrest and Get Right both left alive, at least with an M4 picked up, but not much to work with. Cold's already spotted them. Shoulder picks more bathrooms. Bolts responds accordingly. 7-1. We all love that scoreline when Brazil's involved.
Oh, yeah, you have to, don't you?
I am a slave to the meme.
You are, but I still enjoy it every time it comes through. It will be round number 9. Money available for NIP once again. Not amazing. They don't have the potential for the AWP from what I can see. The 4 AK so far. Forrest yet to buy. He goes for the Galil. Still struggling into this round.